favorite show of the season, I think. Airing of the Grievances normally starts at a different day, but for, of course, week 18, most of you are not playing fantasy football this week. So we are here answering your start sit questions if you have them, but if not, we're here to air out all of the incredibly awful, terrible people that we decided to put our trust in this season. And well, they failed. As you can see, this show is sponsored by Arthur Smith. Let's get into it.
Good Saturday morning. Like Joe said, this normally starts at a different day. But because most people, let me back that up. Most sane people don't play fantasy football in week 18. This is the weekend every year that we take to let you get out your fantasy grievances. Like Joe said, who was a bust this season that everybody spoke highly of? Who did you accidentally sit when you meant to start? Who did you leave in your lineup knowing full well they were out? Happened to me a couple times. It happens. The airing of the grievances. And honestly, I have a grievance with that guy right there.
What'd I do?
Okay.
Exist.
Wow. Rude.
I did have a funny thing where if you didn't come back when the intro was over, I was just going to put you solo on the screen and just talk
just
for
have
you.
it empty.
Yeah. Just be like, welcome to Airing of the Grievances. I am Josh Hudson. Yeah. And it's just Josh. Like, oh my God, how's he doing really that?
Had to take my pregame bathroom break. Come on, guys. Jesus.
I know, literally. I'm like, where did Joe's like, are we going live? I'm like, I don't know. He literally just got up and walked out at 11 o'clock.
It's like
clock
Lamar,
hit 0. It's time
like Lamar
to start.
when he had to take a shit in the fourth quarter.
He gets up and walks away.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, well, let's let her rip. If he's back, he's back. And if not.
Josh did let it rip. Let me tell you. He did. He did.
Lord Jesus, have mercy.
He did. Yeah. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy. Gator. All right. Gator's ready. He has grievances.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you have them, type them in, please.
Drop them in the chat.
Wants to know, how stupid does one have to be to keep drafting Kyle Pitts?
About as stupid as still employing Arthur Smith. So.
Facts.
Yeah.
Fair. Gator,
this has all the talent in the world.
Is that your grievance with Josh? That he's an Eagles fan?
Probably. That's a lot of people's grievances with me.
Mine is that you talk at one volume level all of the time and every location.
No, he goes up and down.
He stays up. He just goes
a decibel
more up.
Yeah, he goes up. Yeah. I have a grievance
from his birthday book, the loudest person I have ever met.
I have a grievance with Washington if they don't beat Michigan Monday night. So
agreed.
Yeah,
I am fully on board for the Huskies being the last Pac-12 team standing and to win the Natty. The last.
Fuck Michigan. That's it. That's fuck valid. Michigan. We're all good there. Okay.
My one prediction. If Michigan ends up winning the national championship, I think Jim Harbaugh actually will make the leap and finally come back to the NFL.
That's a bad move on his part because
I agree. But
why?
That is a bad move. But do you know what is a good move?
I don't know.
Our first guest
firing Arthur Smith. Firing Brandon Staley.
Well, yeah, firing.
Relieving Bill Belichick of his duties.
I can't with that, Joe.
I
know logically it's a smart idea, but it just hurts my heart.
Poking holes in David Tepper's yacht in the middle of the ocean. I'm trying to think of other good ideas.
Nope. This is my best idea so far of the morning, and that's welcoming our first guest, Kelly. Good morning, Kelly.
She's outside.
Good morning.
She's on the golf course.
Oh, she's on a golf course?
Didn't you do this from the golf course last year too?
Oh, Josh. Are you in your backyard?
Yeah. In the backyard. I'm in California. I'm in California and it's early and I didn't think I should be shouting grievances.
Why not?
Because that's rude.
Kelly, that doesn't even crack the top. Kelly,
I have a classic. What
what is it, 8:05 in California right now? That doesn't even crack the top 1 million worst things that have happened in California in the last 8 hours today. Okay, doesn't even crack it.
This
And
is like
you're in
classic morning
SoCal?
face, though, Joe. Like,
No.
look, it's toddler hair.
That's what you look great. What does it say on the coffee cup?
Oh, what is
Women in
going on with
sports
my
don't know you.
skin this morning?
Woman in sport. Oh, see, love that. Look at that.
Wendy is very excited that you are here.
Put up Bill.
So is Rachel.
No, put up
Bill
Bill.
says to wake your ass up.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck you, Kelly. Get up.
I like this. Female supportive, male.
Wake up.
No,
Suck it
he's
up.
supportive. He's just yelling at you.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
fine. We're
Other-
He's
friends.
excited.
All right,
He's
Kelly.
excited.
Fantasy football season is over. I understand that you are still taking your caffeine for the morning, but let us know, what are your grievances for this past season?
Well, I would say there are so many. I'm very, very upset with the whole hip drop tackle. I think
I
that
wonder
should
why.
be grievance number
I wonder
one.
why. Kelly, can you
Hip
please
drop
explain for
tackle.
nobody who doesn't know you why you hate the hip drop tackle? Just wondering. Because I wonder who it happened to the first time this year. I wonder who that happened to.
The first time, exactly, and too bad it had to have been the first time. But yeah, my boyfriend, Mark Andrews, my man's. I'm
Somebody
still
coming after
claiming
Kelly's
him.
man.
I actually saw his real girlfriend, and I was like, oh.
She's got nothing on you, Kelly.
I mean, it could have been any of their girlfriends, you know. But
Right.
Just be
that was
upfront.
probably my biggest grievance is I didn't get to see Mark Andrews play. Obviously, I had loads of shares of Mark Andrews, and that was highly depressing. Next grievance would probably be that I had this bright idea in my Superflex leagues to get lots of Sam Howell stacks.
He
And
wasn't bad in fantasy.
the Sam Howell part played out fine, I guess, in my Superflex, but matching him with Jahan Dotson, not so great.
No bueno.
So yeah, that's where I try to get cute in the late rounds. Yeah.
Well, in fairness, it didn't
Also-
really help having Terry McLaurin either instead of John Dodson.
I had
No,
either
neither
of
of those.
those and none of them worked. Yeah, it was rough. I mean, basically, just look out next year, everybody, because when I draft, I won't be high on pain pills, and we will have some serious.
She'll
competition.
just be high on weed.
I'll just be high.
Yeah. I love how Kelly was worried about yelling, and she has spoken
I know.
at the softest tone possible here on a Saturday morning. I also wouldn't have put money on hip drop tackle being the first
Grievance.
of grievances or any grievance.
It's
Not.
Here about any of Austin's problems, because he's one of my biggest grievances. It killed his best ball lineup.
Well, Austin, I would simply tell you to just be better. Honestly, I think that's don't let it ruin your lineup. You ever see those money gurus on TikTok telling you,
Yeah.
just don't be broke. Just don't set a bad lineup.
Right?
Easy. That's what I tell
Draft
myself
better.
every week. I
Gosh,
said,
Be better. Do
be better. Yeah. Don't suck. It's that simple. Yeah. That's what
Pick the
Belichick said to
guys.
Chad Ryland every time he walked out onto the field. He said, just don't suck. Too late.
That's all Joe is known for, is quality advice.
To be honest, I've been pretty on point a lot of this year, but yeah.
on
I am.
point, like everybody pointing their fingers at you.
Yeah, because they're like, oh my God, that guy's a genius.
Look at that guy. He knows what he's talking about.
Listen, IDP, I'm the only motherfucker I know that said anything about Trey Hendrickson, and that dude is top 5. So
Wait,
I'm the
I
only
am now
man.
convinced when you
Oh,
just
God.
said I'm the only
God.
motherfucker.
Oh, God.
I am now convinced.
I didn't even know we were on Fantasy Receipts radar. I'll take it.
Apparently
Cool.
we are, and we're
Cool.
favorites. I don't know if that means favorites to make fun of or favorites because we're awesome. We'll go
So
with the second one.
So here's my issue is normally I don't type things or put things in writing, so it's harder for people to find it. So if they're
So
watching,
smart.
I gotta be careful about what I say here. If they're
Okay,
watching, right?
Let's recap my favorite grievance of the year: hip drop tackle. Obvious reasons everybody should be on
Run
it.
it back.
There you go. That is a hot take, and nobody can come up against that.
I mean, I don't disagree, but at the same time, it's like it's a football tackle, like
meant to take somebody down.
no,
like
no.
the way
Aren't
you
all
take them
tackles
down.
meant to take somebody down?
I mean, out. Let's say that's meant. I feel like it's when you watch it, it is a dirty little play, and then they get down there and they like twist their knee. Yeah. They're like,
oh shit!
Let's twist it around.
Listen,
Let me see your hip swing.
I never did a hip drop tackle when I played. It was just you hit them and then you just like it's you're pulling them with your arms and
Today I learned Josh played football.
I also had no idea.
I played football for 3 years in high school.
The only thing I knew about Josh is he is Hispanic and doesn't speak a lick of Spanish. That's the only thing I know about Josh. And he lives in Florida.
Well, he's an Eagles fan.
No, I didn't know that. I just knew I just knew those two things.
I know he's got one of the most adorable grandmothers in the world. I've met her.
Haven't met her. I'm sure she makes banging food.
Cute.
Sorry,
she doesn't really cook much anymore.
That's okay.
Mr. Scampers.
Scamper says hip drop tackle isn't a real thing.
Fine.
Yeah, listen
my grievance is just taking out Mark Andrews. Like, rude.
Great.
We don't even have to talk about how.
Doesn't matter how. It's just that it happens.
Rude.
Whatever way Mark Andrews was taken out this season, Kelly would have been like, you know what? My grievances are ACLs. Why do you even have them?
Yes.
Why do you even have them?
Exactly. Why?
Yeah.
Ankles.
He's coming back, though.
What are they for? What's the purpose?
Walking normally.
He's coming back. Did you hear that?
Of course he is.
I'm positive. I'm like, let's do this.
Okay. Weirdly.
Sorry.
Is it bad for Baltimore if Mark Andrews comes back with the way they're churning right now? Is it bad?
No.
Okay.
It's not bad because there's always room for additional receivers in Baltimore. I think we've learned that.
And great players. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, like Nelson
Mark
Aguilar.
Andrews is a dog.
Oh.
Nelson Aguilar has been an exciting flex player.
Nope.
I want to know if there are.
Kelly, this is Club Fantasy. We don't sing any praises for Nelson Aguilar, okay?
What do you mean? He's a dog.
What about Cole Kmet? Where are we at on Cole Kmet after this?
More touchdowns than Travis Kelce, so he's my favorite guy right now.
Oh, snap. Did you get that fantasy receipt?
Right? Yeah. Clip it.
More touchdowns than Cole Kmet. Yeah, fantasy, you here today? We see Travis Kelce.
They want to know Colts or Texans today.
Texans, because it would be cool to see Stroud and everyone. I don't know. It'd be fun. D'Amico Ryan's a good head coach, but also Colts, because who doesn't want to see Gardner Minshew? I mean, come on now. Who doesn't want to see Gardner Minshew? What are we doing? No, I honestly think the Texans win it.
I'm leaning Colts. Stroud just hasn't been the same quarterback without Tank Dell.
Tank Dog.
Yeah. Right.
Tank Deasy.
Yeah, 5'9".
I think they could probably squeak it out, but I don't know. Just the Gardner Minshew, he's just, I don't know. I feel like he's a man on a mission this year.
I want everyone at home to understand that Tank Dell's probably smaller than you, and he's the reason the Texans are so good.
Right?
Think about that. He's literally an inch shorter and 20 pounds lighter than me. Dog. Absolute dog, Tank Dell.
All right, Kelly. Thank you for joining us all the way from the
California.
Orange State, the Golden State.
Did you say the Orange State?
I did. Shut up.
The Golden.
Do you have? I haven't had any coffee this morning. Oh,
Hold on.
fart,
Pull up
I'm
the
gonna.
last one. Pull up the last one.
I don't. Damn.
Pull up the last one.
I'd rather get the flu.
I'd rather get kicked in the nuts.
Actually, you know what? I'll take the 5 minutes with Des because I got a lot of problems and he's gonna hear about them.
He won't listen.
I don't care.
5 minutes with Des while having the flu, and then nobody has any fun. Just give him the
Then
flu.
maybe you give Des. I was gonna say then you give Des the flu. Kelly, thank you for joining us. Do you have any parting words for us this morning?
No, just be good to each other out there.
Wow.
Tuesday night, Kelly's golf show comes back.
Oh, he does.
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
Kelly's making you money.
You know what?
Who's your
That is
caddy,
one thing
baby?
I'm really good at. So do tune in to golf.
No, legit. Josh won money last year, and he doesn't know a lick of shit about golf.
That's how you know the show is good.
Yeah. He doesn't know
All right, Kelly. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, friends.
Appreciate you, Kelly.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thanks,
friend.
Kelly.
Bye. All right. Oh, Kelly was talking. I think I cut her off. Whoops.
No,
Sorry.
it's okay.
But we have a guest. She is new to our fabulous show. But she is fabulous in her own right.
First ever podcast, I believe.
Right? Yeah.
First ever podcast. She is part of the family over at our friends at Fantasy and Frames. Good morning, Erica.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
Okay.
Nice caption.
Right. Also,
Already starting strong.
behind you.
Yes,
Somewhere.
Poke.
that way.
Yes. Somewhere
poke.
Linda is thoroughly enjoying this.
Yes, as she should be.
That is
Go Pokes,
fantastic.
baby.
So Erica, tell us, what are your grievances for this season?
I mean, as my caption says, I am my own worst enemy. So I was looking through some of my lineups today and realized I have the same 3 wide receivers in 3 different leagues that
Who are
killed my season.
I was going to say, so you lost all 3 of those, obviously.
Yes, I did. Well, I got 3rd place in 1, so it
All right,
kind of worked
cool.
out in that one.
Rest
But
of the team balanced out. That's good.
and they're not even the wide receiver 1 for their team. So it's
None of them?
T. Higgins,
Okay.
Oh,
Chris
yeah, I feel
Godwin,
that.
Chris
Okay.
Godwin, and Tyler Lockett. I have them everywhere, it seems. So my grievance is my own draft strategy at the beginning of the season and continuing to draft these guys that just weren't consistent and didn't produce.
Can I ask what the first 3 to 4 rounds for you looked like?
Oh God, I have no idea. It's like I said, it's in 3 different leagues. I did have Stephon Diggs in one of them. You know, started out well.
So you had a dog at least.
Yeah, that's the one that I got 3rd
It turned
place
into
in.
a puppy, but go on.
Yeah, so I got 3rd place in that
Don't
one
we
with
all?
Diggs, but other than that, it was just terrible with those 3 leagues.
Wow.
I feel the
Well,
T. Higgins drama.
Yes.
Scott Fishbowl, I went Joe Burrow, T. Higgins.
Oh no,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Ouch.
terrible.
Listen, Erica, if
Not
it
very
makes you feel any better, I was Keenan Allen, Puka Nakua, and DJ Moore. It was in the toilet bowl. So it really doesn't. This game requires absolutely no skill or even drafting properly. So, yeah, end up in the toilet bowl with those 3 receivers. And I had Jacoby Myers on the bench.
Ooh,
He was pretty good for a solid period of time this season. So, yeah, thankfully did not lose the toilet bowl. But yeah, shit happens. It's great.
yeah, it was a rough go.
Rachel is very excited to see you. She says, hello, Erica.
Hey,
Jorge is used about 16 exclamation points as his excitement to see you.
No, that's only 11.
Wendy is also excited to see you. You have fans.
I do. Yeah, we had a nice little Women of Fantasy Football get together last night. So we kind of chatted and got to meet up with each other again. So that's always a great time.
Love that.
I love Kelly's comment. I think that's actually
Kelly
my
said,
favorite.
hey.
Hey,
No, the other one.
go
Yeah.
straight to the point.
Rachel also loves your mug. The subsequent guests better have kick-ass coffee mugs too. Kelly started it strong with women in sports. Don't owe you. Shh. Erica's got like a boss. So for the rest of our guest list, this is
Gotta
your
step it
official
up.
notice.
Step your game up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you,
I can go grab my Michael Scott coffee mug. I mean, if we
Joe
really
doesn't even
gotta-
drink coffee, which is the best
No.
part.
No, I have tea occasionally. for the
Does Maggie
show,
drink
so-
coffee?
She does every morning.
Okay.
So
See, I knew I loved her.
collection of mugs.
Zach, also excited to
Hi.
see you. Kim, happy to see you here.
Oh,
Like I
nice.
said, you have a fan club.
I do, apparently.
See, this is why you need to be on more podcasts, Erica.
Oh, I'm more behind the scenes. I love the writing aspect of fantasy and doing all the research behind the scenes. Being on camera, I'm just like, still getting used to it.
No,
I
but
get
see,
that.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Is your first couple of times are like that. You're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to act. Linda was also her first podcast was on our very first WAF podcast
Mhm.
experience, and you just get comfortable with it.
Hopefully.
Unless you're Josh, who's just awkward at everything.
Yep. Those do be the facts.
No, he's fine.
Freaking more.
I felt left out. Okay. I felt left out.
That's
Scampers,
a lot of exclamation points.
Well,
Scampers
everybody
says
else
you
being
need an
little-
I have tea coffee mug.
Oh, that's a great one.
Maybe that's what
That's a
I'll get
great
you
one.
for your wedding present. Ryan says I will join this coffee mug battle and win.
That's not
All right,
surprising.
Ryan, you better show up. With
That's
a
like super.
badass
That's like
coffee
super.
mug then.
That's super dad of him, though. Doesn't
It
that just?
really is.
That just screams like 40-year-old
Kelly
man.
is correct. If you are not following Erica, you should be at America 108.
Yep.
Do it.
Get it? Because
Eric, yeah,
America,
exactly.
Erica,
Dynasty Deviant, also excited to see you. You're a rock star. Ryan, coming in clutch, all lower caps, just a period.
That's how it's done.
I love
That's-
typing in lower
That's the best
caps.
one.
It's really fun. It's satisfying. And then Kelly just said she's the president of Erica's wife's fan club.
Cool.
Everyone
I
loves
love
my
that.
wife, but she does not know anything about football. So
That's
she
fine.
indulges me and my
Neither did
here.
my mom, and she won fantasy football her first year ever playing.
nice.
So
Get a
don't we
Kara.
love that. Yeah,
Get
Maurice
a Kara.
Jones-Drew, first round pick. Had no fucking clue who he was. For the 4 subsequent years after that, she drafted Maurice Jones-Drew. Dude was like 35 and still on the Raiders. She's like, nah, MGD first round. No, Kara, that's not the move.
Oh, we love Kara.
Yep.
All right, Erica, do you have any other grievances to add or to share or nuggets of wisdom?
Before you depart.
Just don't go all in on certain players in every single league.
Nah.
It could
Sound advice.
definitely
She
ruin
said
it.
no, Karen.
Where's the
I
fun?
think
in
she was
that?
talking to Joe.
Hi.
The timing was impeccable. I couldn't help it. Okay, since you're clearly a college football fan, who are you rooting for in the Natty, Washington or Michigan?
There's only
I'm
one
going
right
Washington.
Thank you, God.
I love Michael Penix Jr. He was
Same.
on my
Right.
my college to Canton, my C2C league
Campus
that
to
I have.
Canton.
So yeah, campus to Canton. And yeah, he got me 3rd place in that. So him and Ollie
yeah.
Gordon. So running back
Nice.
for the Pokes.
Go Pokes.
For the
Go
Pokes.
Pokes. Yeah.
Thank you,
Can you
Eric.
explain that to
no.
a non-Oklahoma fan?
I don't even know what it is.
I don't even know. So their nickname is called the Cowpokes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we're the Oklahoma State
This-
Cowboys, Cowpokes,
This-
and this is Pistols Firing.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
They have a
Finger guns.
sick
Pew, pew.
gas station off the highway in Stillwater, and they have some bomb ass barbecue. So
I've never
If you
actually
ever-
had it.
if you ever find yourself somehow in fucking Stillwater, Oklahoma, for no fucking reason whatsoever, stop at the Phillips 66 right off the highway, get some cheese curds and some barbecue, and you'll be thoroughly satisfied with your experience. So
Also, if you love college football, Stillwater is an amazing college football town.
yeah, you just got to
like,
drive like
you just have to
7
experience
hours to go there, but
Yeah.
definitely.
Middle of
Even if-
nowhere, but it's a
Even
blast.
if you're right there, you're driving 7 hours. It's
Yeah.
insane.
All
Yeah.
right. Erica, thank you so much for sharing
thank
your
you.
grievances. Once again, everybody go follow Erica on the Twitters, the X, the whatever you want to call it, at America 108. Ryan says, but John Morant throws finger guns at the world, loses its mind.
Yeah,
That's 'cause
right?
John Morant's an
Right?
idiot.
It's definitely not real guns.
Also, every time I read John Morant, I think of Jorah Mormont, and it's Game of
Who?
Thrones. Jorah Mormont, Game of Thrones. Anyway, America, thanks for joining us. Have a great
Thanks,
weekend.
guys. Appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Our next guest is here. Chris. He
Okay,
doesn't
yeah.
have to
Didn't
say
even get a cool intro. Just he's here.
Just Chris is here.
Yeah.
But he's wearing an Outcast shirt, which is
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yeah.
I don't got a cool mug. I'm drinking water out of a mason jar. I hope that's cool.
That's cool.
Well, no, you're gone.
No, it was in a cool. No, he's
I'm not
not
a
just
big
drinking out of
coffee
a
guy.
cup.
Step your game up, Chris. Gosh.
I'm
Step
sorry.
your
I'm
game
sorry.
up, Chris.
Guys, it's a mason jar. Come on.
Yeah, right. It's a little bit of
That's
I guess,
unique.
class.
Yeah, he went to one
I-
southern restaurant and stole it. Like that's how he got it.
Exactly.
Kelly
Yeah,
just
you
says
got it.
water.
Water, exactly. For the kids out there, water.
Could be vodka.
Peep that fantasy and frame.
It would be if it was my mason jar.
Yes, we know,
Exactly.
Joshua.
Water to some of us.
Yeah, vodka for the Cuban. That makes sense.
Exactly.
Right? No, Josh would be drinking
Cold
tequila.
War.
Yes.
Hey.
Mm,
Don't hate that either.
good stuff.
I see a Saints helmet, a Saints Florida League,
Yeah.
but then I also see a Giants helmet.
Yeah. I won the Giants helmet in
Okay.
a sports affiliation. They did a rip with the cards. So I won it. It's signed by Y.A. Tittle, so that's why I have it up there. So Y.A. Tittle is
that's
a
kinda
legend.
cool.
I couldn't just throw it in my closet. I had to throw it up on the shelf.
Jorge is also excited to see you, but not as excited to see Erica because he's only
Not
used
as
4
many
exclamation
exclamations.
points. So
I'm gonna have to have a chat with Jorge.
Gator says water equals moonshine. That's only for you, Cajun.
That feels. Listen, that just feels
Scamper
super
says
fuck.
Siberian water.
Time out. Time out. Doesn't this feel super Gainesville? Like that just
It
feels
feels super Cajun.
really
Like
Gainesville, Florida. type shit.
Louisiana Cajun vibes happening here.
Sure does.
Which if you've ever listened to Gator, he sounds Cajun.
I have had the pleasure of working beside Gator for quite some time now.
All right, Chris.
Yep.
All right, Joe's excited to see you.
I'm here. I feel left out.
Yes, Joe. Look at
Yeah,
all those
you're welcome.
exclamations.
You're
Taking
welcome.
those to the bank, man. Can I
Yes.
pay my mortgage with those?
No,
What's the exchange rate on exclamation
It's
points?
a special club fantasy currency.
no, it's
All
crazy.
right, I'll
you
take it,
actually,
I'll take
you
it.
actually pay me for every exclamation
Oh,
point. Yeah,
okay. Well,
terrible.
Gator,
just send me your PayPal.
your state is
Beautiful.
betrayed by your college football fandom, is all I have to say.
Hold on. North Florida and South Georgia could break off from their states and be their own state. Okay, that is
But it's still
They're-
part of Georgia.
South
That's
Atlanta,
what I'm saying.
south of Atlanta and north of Orlando, free for all. That's a free for all right there. Okay, now Chris can
All right,
talk
Chris.
about who he hates.
Let us know. What are your grievances from this past
Yeah, I
week?
mean, I got a couple. Thank you for allowing me to air my grievances with you here
course.
today on Club Fantasy. And the
That's what we
very
do.
first one I got is the Buffalo Bills firing of Ken Dorsey, which pretty much sewered Stephon Diggs. Through the time when Ken Dorsey was there, he was averaging 9 yards per target. When they brought in Brady, 4.87 yards per target. Through the fantasy playoffs, he averaged a wide receiver 55 finish. It was disgusting. It was gross. It's still gross. Yes, it made James Cook a viable fantasy option, but no one drafted James Cook early to have him be a viable fantasy option. We all spent draft capital to pick up Stephon Diggs, and he completely let us down. I'm a Leafs fan. Toronto Maple Leafs, I'm used to being let down, but not this bad
Yeah,
by
you are.
Stephon Diggs. And it hurt. It hurt. So thanks for nothing, Stephon Diggs.
I love that. Joe Brady also made Clyde Edwards-Helaire relevant and made him a first round pick.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
shout out Joe Brady.
Yeah. When it comes to running back to Joe Brady, sure. Wide receivers, man, it was not good. It
Kelly?
was not good.
You should know Joe and I well enough to know that we don't give two shits about numbers and stats, that we openly just say what we're mad about. So no, you didn't need stats. Chris just likes to
But Chris was
This
passionate.
is just
about
be an
that.
showing off.
overachiever.
Yeah.
Chris
I'm
was
upset.
passionate.
As the great poet, Canadian poet Drake once said, I'm upset.
You mean Aubrey?
Aubrey Graham, yeah. Jimmy getting shot on the wheelchair, all of it.
Oh, Degrassi.
That's a Degrassi reference. For those of
Toronto,
you who are too young to know, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm too young for that shit.
It's all good, Joe.
I'm too young for that shit.
That one and pretty much Kansas City Chiefs as a whole. What are you doing to our boy? You're massacring our boy, Patrick Mahomes.
I love
Get
it.
him some wide receivers, please.
No.
Please.
No. I love
saw
it.
a meme the other day that was Patrick and his wife Brittany, and then it mirrored was a picture of Kermit the Frog and Beaker from the Muppets, and it said Kermit and Beaker are mad.
That checks out.
They should be mad.
I
They're probably just walking around the whole facility, just me the whole time, and it just get them. It's
not if you're still playing standard leagues, Elixir. No, until you stop with a standard league, you will never make the playoffs.
Ouch.
I thought once you're in an STD, you can't get rid of it.
Depends on the STD.
There's pills for that stuff.
Yeah. Chris, are you a Saints fan?
I am. I bleed black and gold.
How is Dennis Allen not topping the list, or Derek Carr?
I mean, I've just been beating that drum the whole year, and I'm tired. I'm beat down from beating that
I've
drum.
come to the conclusion
the
that the only reason the Saints keep Dennis Allen employed right now is because they know they're in such salary cap hell that they need to blow this whole thing up.
They're in it every
year. There's not
a
good head coach that will willingly sign on to take over this team until they finally fix everything.
Yeah, won't be until 2030 when we're done paying Taysom Hill that $140 million.
What do you mean? Taysom Hill has more touchdowns than Travis Kelce. That's the most elite tight end in the game right now. Taysom Hill.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Absolute fucking dog. Taysom Hill.
He got the dog in him.
He's got something in him. And it
Taysom Hill PCA. He just got all the dogs in him.
I don't like Taysom Hill.
Joe hates Taysom Hill.
Just don't list him as a tight end. He's not a tight end. He is simply
says that he's mad that the league didn't allow Robert Joshua Dobbs to win the MVP and the Super Bowl. Thank you for using a full name, Scampers. You know
his
how
first
much
name's Robert?
Apparently.
RJD.
What is with
something new today?
Why? Just use your first name. And to the parents that call their kids by their middle name, but do that from birth and don't call them by their first name. Why? Just name that child the first name.
Kelly says Taysom Hill's not a tight end and she is an expert. It's true. Kelly Singh, renowned tight end expert.
Can we just go back to the fact that it's Robert Dobbs, not Joshua Dobbs? Now, listen. Now, Joshua Dobbs is probably a better football name, but the man is like a NASA, like this man's like an astronaut, right? Mm-hmm. Robert Dobbs sounds like a fucking badass astronaut name. So does he just pick and choose when he wants to use his name?
I mean, Bobby Dobbs is a sweet club name. I mean, when he goes to the club, does he
Bobby Dobbs. That Bobby Josh, Dobbs. You know what that makes me think of? Josh said Bobby Cobb.
I don't get it.
Cougar
Inside
Town.
jokes.
Town reference.
I wish there'd be part of one day.
Bobby Cobb.
Cougar Town reference. Jeez.
It's such a great show, though.
That's old.
It's not that old.
Well, you're also not that old. So when you think about it.
Good luck with that one.
Erica said
hold on, go back. I got it. I did it the other week and I didn't think it was that bad. John Christian Kaimi Naua La'amaka Iki Oka Kumoapa. I didn't think it was terrible. Fairbairn. Sorry, I forgot that part. I didn't. You're just so focused on the first one. Also, if your name is that, I mean, Kaimi fair game, like 100%.
Oh, yeah.
John Fairbairn, that guy does your taxes. Kaimi Fairbairn kicks fucking bombs for the Houston Texans.
Yeah, he does.
Yes.
John Fairbairn's the pastor at your local church. Kaimi is the kicker in the NFL. All right.
All right, Chris. Like we said earlier, Fantasy and Frames. Just like Erica, go follow Chris on the Twitters at FFChrisB. Do you have any final parting words?
Play college fantasy football.
Okay, then I'll ask you the same thing I asked Erica. Washington or Michigan?
Oh, I just hope both teams go have fun. We get a
shut
good
up.
game.
No. Which means
Say-
he's going to say Michigan.
Yeah. I mean, I want Michigan to win, yeah.
Mm,
All right. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
that's crazy. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Dude, that's crazy. He's like never getting the invite again. Oh my god, that's
Right?
insane.
Thank you, Bill.
That's insane.
Thank you.
I see him laughing in the back.
All right, our next guest is one of our own family here. One of our favorite people, our resident. Never mind, I was going to say our resident old guy, but Josh is here. Joel.
Wow. Joel's older than I am. Damn.
Significantly older, yeah.
There's no way you were out of your 40s.
Oh, yes, there is.
What?
I wish that were not, or I wish that were true, but it is not.
Yeah, no, he's 62. What? Yeah, he's pushing AARP.
My kid is literally as old as Sicoli is. He's the same age.
First of all, Sicoli's a child. Second of all,
yeah,
what?
Well.
Same.
Yeah, Joe is also a child. How old are you?
52.
My dad's turning 54 in February.
That's
Thanks,
crazy.
Joe. I appreciate
You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. I
Well,
don't know
there's grievance number one.
Yeah. Old age, bone structure, density.
Yeah, that's kind of a general grievance. But...
Well then.
Science.
Ryan says, and somehow I'm still older than Joel.
Ryan, the amount of vibes you give off, like you could be a 70-year-old man on his rocking chair on the front porch in the middle of the countryside. That's the vibe.
Get off
you
my
give
lawn.
Off. Yeah.
With his
awesome
you're like coffee mug.
You're like that Family Guy meme of Dick Cheney with the shotgun on the rocking chair in front of George Bush's house. That's the vibes you give off. Like, just get off my property. I don't want you here. That's the vibes you give off sometimes.
All right, Joel, I need to know, do you have a coffee mug you're using this morning?
No, I don't drink coffee.
Neither does Joe, but he still has a coffee mug.
You can put other forms of liquid in a coffee mug.
He drinks the tears of Bears fans.
I could have brought I got my wife a personalized Grinch coffee mug for Christmas. So I could have brought that down, I suppose.
That's very fitting.
That feels targeted.
I was just thinking that.
No.
That feels targeted.
No.
That's like buying that feels like the Peloton.
I'm sorry.
Commercial.
You watch chess videos?
Yeah, what do you mean? Hold on. You're not telling me you don't sit down after a hard day's work and rip an hour of chess videos?
I don't even know how to play chess.
Faith. This man is a trophy husband. You're telling me if you weren't a trophy husband, you're not ripping chess videos at 11:30 a.m. on a Tuesday? What do you mean? What do you mean? You're telling me you're not ripping chess videos while also watching tape on college football players? What do you mean? Yeah.
Oh my God.
How can you watch chess videos and college football tapes at the same time?
Well, I mean, if you're watching any college football that's like not Power 5, it's pretty much like watching chess. It's boring.
Right. Kelly says she doesn't trust anyone who doesn't drink coffee, and Joel is now on her watch list.
Sorry, Kelly.
All natural energy.
Everybody in this stream right now, except for me, Kelly, does not drink coffee. Joe doesn't drink caffeine at all. Josh just hates coffee.
Yep.
I hate coffee.
I like the smell of coffee.
How do you people exist?
All
Josh
natural
drinks
energy
drinks. That's why.
Energy drinks.
No, listen.
Which are probably going to be what kills me, but that's okay.
Body armor.
Joe, I have experienced Joe Zollo in real life to know that is all natural energy. Jesus.
That's all natural energy. That, again, doesn't surprise me.
First of all, this isn't nuts. It's Kelly said.
Listen.
I hope your employer isn't watching this, Joe.
Did I move to a more
if
centralized...
If the Indy Fuel is watching, Joe does not do coke.
Did I move to a more centralized location in Indianapolis for my Coke distributor? No.
Who can say? Who can say?
I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations.
No. What do you mean? No, I didn't do that. What are we talking about?
Mike.
Wasn't this show airing grievances? Why are we talking about me doing coke? Joel, who do you fucking hate? And say
Your
Christian
Coke dealer
Watson
for bringing you down this
and
terrible
say
path.
Christian Watson.
Christian Watson's hamstring is probably number one on my list. Number two, you've got Arthur Smith up on your logo. I'm going to say the entire Falcons organization for not getting a reputable quarterback, a non-black hole quarterback. I mean, think about, everybody talks about what the Jets could have been if they had gotten Joe Flacco to back up Aaron Rodgers. Think what the Falcons could have been done with Joe Flacco.
100%. I had to throw this in here.
That's the 100%. Coke campers. That's the Coke. Yeah.
Sorry, Joel, continue.
It's all good. Like my fleet of Drake London and Kyle Pitts shares could have been like productive and startable. That would have been good.
Fuck it. That's it. Yeah.
I mean, it was more than just Arthur Smith, right? This was an entire organizational failure because you can't go into a season with Desmond Ridder as your starter and Tyler Heineke as your backup. That's absurd.
Well,
despite Joe's love of Desmond Ridder going into the season. But.
No. I was pumping myself up for Desmond Ridder because he was my dynasty quarterback at the time because Kyler Murray was injured going into the season, and I thought Matt Stafford was dying of a disease called old man syndrome. And then I got rid of Desmond Ridder and got Justin Fields. So, which still Justin Fields was meh. Listen, 0-14 in dynasty this year. I have 6 first-round picks. I don't care. Yeah,
that's
I
impressive.
don't care. Yeah, thank you. Marvin Harrison, Brock Bowers.
And also, I pay out per win, so it was so great to not even have to send anything back to him.
Yeah, it was it was great. It was fantastic. I just said, you know what? I'm going to collect
Josh a stamp.
I have 9 first-round picks over the next 2 years, and 6 of them are next year. So let's ride it. Let's go, baby.
Load up.
I'm ready. And Josh gave me Rashee Rice and Jackson Smith and Jigba in the trade with 2 first-round picks. And I got Jalen Warren, so I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling all right. We're feeling good.
I'll happily do that for Jamar Chase and Kenneth Walker. We're good.
Yeah, it was very fair. It was a great trade. Great trade. Yeah, and Josh won, so you're welcome. Dinky. Yeah.
I'm confused. Did I rush people, Joshua?
Huh?
Or did you just not put times right?
What are you talking about?
Our schedule.
No,
I don't have that in front of me. I don't read things.
It says Joel's on at 11:35. It's only 11:31.
No,
it's 11:42.
Oh, I'm looking at a screenshot. That's why.
Literally look up in the top left corner.
My grievance is the host of the show can't fucking tell time.
Hey.
Because I went to look at. I took a screenshot and it was easier than trying to go back through.
Listen. Dyslexia is an airborne disease.
Go away.
Okay? Dyslexia is an airborne disease. My buddy is a rocket scientist and has dyslexia. Okay? That's insane. Think about that.
I haven't had a single drop. That is correct. That is correct. No.
This is my favorite one.
What?
I don't get it. Is that like drug references?
Oh, you child.
25.
Allegedly the only one in the room on coke doesn't get a reference.
I do weed. What do you mean?
So my brain only processed my big ass.
and you didn't see the L. You didn't see the L, did you? Yeah. Yeah. Oof. Yeah.
No, we need my big ass on the, and I was like, wait, there's a clock in there.
Oh, I thought you just didn't process
Joe's
the
working
L.
blue.
Yeah, I thought you didn't. I read it properly. Okay, all right. Yeah, I didn't.
All right, Joe.
What? Dude, imagine this like in front of like an entire stadium of people at a baseball game. Imagine the fucking horror that it would be. Literally 4,400 people.
All of the children, earmuffs.
Dude, people come from fucking Canada and they were like, who is this dingbat? Yeah.
All right, Joel, before we let you go, if you're not, follow the Joel at the Joelworth. Look for the profile picture that is
Statler and Waldorf.
Thank you. I was like, shoot, what are their names?
Paul
do you have any
Simon
final final words of
Drake and
grievances.
Josh.
First of all, Josh, we're gonna have to have Erica on the Dynasty After Party just to get her fan club on there to up the viewership. And finally, 3 words: Go Pack Go.
Oh, okay.
Joe Barry's defense.
Michigan or Washington?
Washington. Come on.
Yes.
Everyone who's not a Michigan fan is saying Washington. America's
Michigan's the
rooting for
worst.
Washington.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Joel. Have a great week.
Thanks for having me. Happy New Year,
Joel.
all.
All right. Our next guest is our very favorite member of the duo that is Drinking and Talking Fantasy Football. One of our favorite people from the great state of Wisconsin, Dusty.
What's up, Dusty?
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Hello,
How are you
man.
doing?
Good morning. Okay.
What is
Before
this?
we go anywhere, who are the Green Bay Mermen?
Oh, it's a Friends reference. No,
Come
too
on,
young.
Faith. You didn't even get that?
Don't act like you did. It took you a solid.
Oh, I
30
didn't
seconds
read
to
it until you
process
read it.
yeah, it's
Don't
from,
even.
from
No,
Friends.
it's from the Thanksgiving episode.
Thank
Well, one
you,
of the
Josh.
Thanksgiving episodes.
Yes,
I don't
thank
watch
you.
Friends.
I know. I just aged myself out of like half your viewers.
I mean, I watch
that.
Friends,
Okay.
and like there are a few like key things, but that's on the
It's when Chandler's sitting there, not participating in cooking,
Mm-hmm.
trying to watch football when he doesn't really watch football, and Phoebe's trying to get out of doing the Thanksgiving stuff as well. She's like, "Well, I didn't know this game was on," and she talks about Detroit and the Green Bay Mermen. Like,
I love the Joe's one of my favorite people.
You just drew like a fucking Dungeons and Dragons map and went all
Scampers
the way
is
across.
excited to see you.
Hey,
Ryan
Scampers.
says, I have no friends, so this reference is beyond. Wow,
so
Ryan.
true.
Wow.
That's so true. Yeah. Same.
All right, Dustin. Other than me not getting your friends reference, which I apologize, what are your grievances for this past season?
Oh, I don't know where to start. I'm
Christian
serious. Well, no, I did. I was lower on him coming into the season than
Good.
I think consensus. I was more of a Dobbs guy than Watson.
Nice.
I think he's going to be a good contributor. He's going to be the Gabe Davis of the Packers here. Lots of boom weeks. No, basically with the exception of Tyreek Hill, my entire redraft team for my home league let me down. I was very high. I had the stack of Justin Fields and DJ Moore. That did not work out so well. And I don't know why I put my faith in the Bears. I should know better than this as a Packer fan.
Right.
Like, never trust the Bears, but the value was just so good in the draft. I just couldn't help myself. So yeah, with Justin Fields missing what felt like half the season and then underperforming the other half, except for in, last week when they decided to go off for a couple touchdowns, but didn't matter because I was in the toilet bowl anyway. So that helped me out a lot. Thanks, guys. And the other, the other big one I had, and I was really high on him all off season. I thought this is going to be a great season for him. And again, I should know better. And that was Darren Waller moving over to the Giants. I'm like, hey, they have no wide receivers on their team. Like, this is going to be fantasy gold. Apparently, yes. That's that again. But I should have known better. But no, I was like, this is going to be great. We're, what's his name? Their quarterback that I'm drawing a blank on.
Danny Dimes.
Yeah, I was like, he's going to take another step forward this year after we saw, improvement last year. They're getting another big, essentially wide receiver on their team playing out of the tight end position. And yeah, that worked out super well too. So those are like my big 3 of grievances I have for this year. It just, I feel like I drafted really well
because it I literally threw him on the graphic, and you're the first person that's mentioned him because I know he burned some people this year.
You put him on the graphic?
I did.
Oh,
way to pay attention.
I'm saying,
Did you really? I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even know it was Darren Waller. I'm gonna be honest on the graphic. I was like,
I know he's played so few, nobody knows what fucking jersey number he's wearing for the Giants.
I saw Eckler. I'm like, yeah, and then I saw the Giants. I was like, yeah, the Giants, sure.
Yeah, the whole team,
as a whole. Yeah. Okay. Right over my head.
Yeah. I mean, I should really know better than the draft guys that, and I hate to use the word injury prone, but I should really know better than the draft guys that have a repeated history of injury. We'll put it that way. That's probably going to be one of my biggest adjustments for going into redraft for next year.
Yeah. If you have a hamstring injury history, cross off the list.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I am going to tell you, I will draft Keenan Allen till the day's end. So that's the only guy I will not give two shits about injury history with. But I agree with you, Dusty. I stay like Raheem Mostert didn't want a lick of shit to do with him because of his injury history. And you know what? Fuck me, I guess, because what the hell? But yeah, I didn't want to touch Saquon Barkley. I just, and now that one kind of paid off a little bit, but I hate guys with injury history. Derrick Henry, gross. Like he's been very injured. So yeah, I'm not about it. I try, especially high picks, I try and stay away from those guys, especially. Like if you're later and you take a swing and they miss and you know they're not a starter, fine. But
yeah, you can't afford to miss in those early rounds.
No,
that's just way too important.
No, not at all. So yeah, I couldn't agree more with that. So
who are some of yours?
First of all, I just want you to know that Hema loves your Friends reference, and she even included Go Pack Go.
Yay!
Go Pack Go.
Big game tomorrow. We need this one to hit the playoffs, so I'm really excited for it.
Speaking of playoffs, you have a Badgers flag behind you, so I need to know, who are you rooting for in the Natty, Michigan or Washington?
Washington.
Good job.
It's the team already has a W in it. What do you mean?
All right. So far, of all of our guests this morning, Chris has been the only one rooting for Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, with the Wisconsin flag behind me, I mean, you should know that I hate Michigan.
I just needed to confirm. Well, I also know that as a Georgia fan, I hate Alabama, and so people were like, "So are Georgia fans going to root for Alabama to beat Michigan?" And I'm like, "Hell no! Go blue." Why would I ever root for Alabama?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Chris is rooting for Michigan because that's the only team. Oh no, they played in the Rose Bowl. I was going to say Washington won the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. There goes my joke, but I take that back. Sadly, so.
Womp, womp, womp.
Yeah, womp womp womp. But yeah, the joke was Michigan was the only team to win in the Superdome this year, but they alas won the Rose Bowl.
Correct.
So I still stand by my statement that Georgia would absolutely ass pound Michigan if they played
100%.
them. So
100%.
yeah.
I also it was last year that I learned that it is no longer the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans.
Caesars.
It's now the Caesars Superdome.
Yeah.
Been that for a few seasons now, I think. Thinking like 2021 they switched over there.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah. I also work
I pay attention.
I work in sports. I very much know stadium sponsorships all the time. Like you see them come across.
Apparently not Alabama.
Glad you said it, Fifth.
Punch. Get it? Roll waves. Don't you just love all those fucking...
Josh, I would have beat you if you said it because you don't even watch college football.
Don't
That's
you just
not
love?
totally true. I do.
Don't you just love the ocean
You're
in
a Canes
Tuscaloosa?
fan, okay?
Which is why I haven't watched it exclusively in a while, but I do catch games on occasion.
I
My favorite is
grew
that
up in the
one of
Northeast.
the Alabama sayings is "Rammer Jammer Yellow Hammer," and I had to Google it because I was like,
That sounds sexual.
"Where in the why in the what?" Had something to do with military something.
It's
or other, I
also
believe, if I
Alabama
remember.
Crimson Tide, and their logo and their mascot's an elephant.
An elephant. Also had to do with the sound of, I believe, running down the field or something sounded like a herd of thundering elephants. I Googled all of it because I was thoroughly confused. Because again, Yellow Hammer, Crimson Tide.
Rammer
I
Jammer.
could make a comment about that. But
I think this is just furthering that the NFL is better than college football. So
Oh man,
Nope,
you're just
okay.
trying to piss
Well-
off our next guest, aren't you?
listen. I see the handle. You can't like college football if you're an Iowa fan. You can't. It's tough.
Elixirs,
Oh, I don't know how you can. I mean, Wisconsin's not much better than Iowa as far as explosive offenses, but I mean, even I find that hard to watch.
Okay, but Iowa's really cool, and during their games, they turn and wave at the kids.
That's the best part of an Iowa game.
Okay, come on.
When that's the most exciting thing
Can
about
we
your
at least
games,
bring
you
him
got
in to
problems.
defend himself? Like, I
We're getting there.
Yeah.
You sons of bitches.
The best part of the game is when they wave hello. Yeah, that's not good. It's not
Listen,
good.
I enjoy getting kicked in the balls every Saturday. It's about this time it starts every single Saturday. I just take one right into the balls. It's good.
Listen. It's incredible that they produce good NFL talent.
It's amazing.
Insane. Yeah, it's
amazing.
Insane.
Hey, and we're gonna have the first ever like white corner in like 30 years.
I thought.
Let's go, Cooper DeJean.
I thought he switched to safety.
Stop it. You stop it right now.
He switched to safety.
You stop it.
Scampers, I was being serious when I said it.
No,
that it was fabulous.
Listen, it's a cool thing, but if you go to a football game and weekly you say this is the best part of my team,
I didn't say team. I just said
I mean, it's only been like that for the last 25 years. I'm used to it.
That's literally the length of Joe's existence on this planet.
It is, yeah, 98. What up, baby?
You know what it is? It's because I do that Colombian Bam Bam on Saturday, so we're good. Right? I'm with you, Joe.
Kelly's out here trying to make breakfast plans with his campers.
I love it.
I love it, but also I want to go.
Yeah, hop on a flight to LA right now. Guys, wait 6 hours. Faith will be there.
See, the best part about watching Iowa football is, after they do their 4 years, then I get to watch them in the NFL be great. So, shout out Sam Laporta.
Because Joel says Dijon's going to be a Packer. It's inevitable.
It's true. They draft a lot of Iowa guys all over the place.
Listen.
All right.
If Belichick is still the head coach of the Patriots, you're telling me he's not going to want a white guy in his defense? Come on now. All right.
I really want the Patriots to draft Brock Bowers, but we all know this. So
that's no, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes,
nobody in existence.
Nobody wants that. Yeah.
No, nobody. Literally not. I would jump off my third floor balcony if we drafted Brock Bowers. Like, why? What? Our Georgia draft picks have not panned out. Isaiah Wynn, Sony Michel runs like this. And then Brock Bowers, we're gonna ruin two good skill position players.
That's fair.
Out of Georgia, no, he's going to Philly. Obviously, it's Georgia North, the Philadelphia Bulldogs.
Okay, so I threatened to do this when Jordan Davis became an Eagle, but if the Eagles draft Brock Bowers, I will have to buy an Eagles Brock Bowers jersey.
That's crazy that you would just.
My dad's like, you don't want to do that. I was like, no, I do, Dad.
That's crazy. Really you just throw away money like that. That's insane. You might as well just gamble. You might as well just bet the Iowa over for the entire season.
I don't understand. I thought you were gonna say I might as well just take $800.
We got Mike laughing at that one. That was funny.
Yeah.
All right, Dustin. Before we let you get back to your Saturday, do you have any parting words of wisdom to share?
Go Pack, go.
Okay.
Let's get that playoff run here.
Rub it in Aaron Rodgers' face.
That's right. We don't need him.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, real quick, did you guys see this whole feud with him and Jimmy Kimmel?
Yes.
It's amazing.
It's ridiculous.
I haven't, but don't they just feel like two dickheads that would just not get along?
Well, apparently Aaron Rodgers said on the Pat McAfee show he made hints that Jimmy Kimmel was on the Epstein Island list. So
that's just wild. You don't joke about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And of course, Aaron has insider information on that. So
it was revealed to him during his darkness retreat.
Yeah, I'm sure. I won't make a joke here. We can move on. I got a lot in the bag.
We know you. We know you, Joe. Go follow Dustin at FFDustyDog. Go find episodes of Drinking and Talking Fantasy Football because him and Jake have a great rapport together and they're funny as hell. So
Oh, thank you for that.
Let's not give Jake that much credit, okay?
Yeah, please. His ego's big enough as it is.
Yeah, we're fine. All right. His internet sucks. Okay, let's just
can confirm.
Can confirm.
Thank you, Dustin.
Have a great
All right,
Saturday.
thanks for having me on, guys. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
All right.
All right.
And now a proper introduction.
A proper introduction. Wait, hold on. Our next guest
is a fan of the greatest college football offense ever known to mankind.
Oh, wait, hold on. Is that what we're doing? Okay, here we go.
He's blocking out the haters. Mostly.
Let's go.
Well, no, it's crazy. He actually keeps these sunglasses on deck for every time he has to look up at a punt because the sun's blinding his eyes.
Whoa. Tory Taylor is God. Okay. Tory Taylor is God. Should have won the Heisman.
That's how I feel about Bryce Behringer and the Patriots. I was just watching him all season.
Forgot his Colombian.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that kind of party.
Yeah.
Listen, and Adam has taken the whole week off from podcasting this week, so I haven't got to put the glasses on. I didn't get to do it Wednesday night.
Lord.
I didn't get to do it for the trade show. So let's go. I mean, let's pop open some Colombian Bam Bam and
okay,
drown my sorrows.
Do you have a cool coffee mug that you're using, or do you not drink coffee either? Because you're
coffee's for weirdos, man. It's it's definitely the most mid Colombian energy product.
Okay, hold on. You just said coffee is for weirdos, and the three of you are some of the weirdest people I have ever met, and none of you drink coffee.
What do you mean?
No, that's normal.
No, you're not, Joe.
I run on water and nicotine.
Water.
And Colombian Bam Bam.
It's that Southern Moonshine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually vodka. I just put it in a water bottle so people don't think I'm a degenerate, Josh. I've graduated.
It's Saturday. You're allowed to be a degenerate.
100%. My wife is going to come back from dance with the kid, and she's going to be like, have you been drinking? Just hydrating with water, sweetheart.
Yeah. I was just saying, I haven't been
By the way, you're
hydrating.
driving to lunch. My back hurts.
I'm hydrating. No.
Oh my god.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, we're good.
Don't worry about it.
Kelly says normal people run on caffeine and whiskey. I don't like whiskey though.
I could agree with that.
I'm not a big whiskey fan, but
I had an Irish margarita and it was whiskey. It was basically margarita instead of tea, it was whiskey. Delicious. I don't like whiskey.
Interesting.
So yeah, it was a $6 drink in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Probably not a very good whiskey, but go on.
No, it was
he was in Bismarck, okay?
No, it was an Irish.
That's why it was cheap.
Listen, Irish pub. No, it was definitely cheap because it was in Bismarck. You kidding me? I could get
That's what I'm saying.
I could get 2-for-1 drinks, and they were $2.50 for 2 drinks on a Saturday. Oh yeah, but listen, it was great. But no, it was I'm pretty sure it was Jameson. I think I'm not 100% positive, but
I'll say again, it probably wasn't a good whiskey.
Yeah. It didn't taste like whiskey. Josh, shut up.
I'm with Joe on this.
I mean, at least make it like Black Barrel or something. Like
okay, well, there's snow on the ground, and I have to get a towel for Churro's paws. So BRB 30 seconds.
I love the fact that Maggie probably just yelled at him. What?
Oh,
she texted him.
That's fantastic. Oh, I love it.
Churro is Joe's dog, for those of you wondering. I'm sure you figured that out, but all right, Mike. I like that Mike keeps muting himself.
Professional here.
Why? None of us are.
Well, actually,
I
have a case of gas, so I didn't want everybody to fart. Thanks, Faith.
Hey, you outed yourself. You could have just said, yeah.
You put him on the spot. He had no choice.
It's in the Twitter bio.
You could have said the dog's barking.
I don't own a dog.
None of us knew that.
Well, not because I don't want one. I'm just not allowed. I'll leave that up for interpretation. My wife hates animals. I don't know why.
What?
How about that for a grievance? Can I grieve that?
Yes. That is a big grievance. Yes.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Josh, how many animals do you own?
Me personally, none.
See, it's about the freedom to be able to have a pet. I don't even get that.
You could get a turtle.
She'd probably hate that thing too. Get rid of it.
Josh, Kelly's revoking your friendship card.
Oh goodness! All right, I gotta work some magic.
Oh Jesus!
See?
So fatty. Oh God.
Churro.
That'd be fun to be able to bring my dog on.
Hi.
She won't let me.
Hello.
Hi, Churro.
She'll just chill here the whole time. She won't even move.
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah, she'll just chill.
Just petrified.
No. She's chilling, dude. Dude, she's from the streets. Right? Listen, I don't know have we aired a fucking grievance yet.
No.
Let me
Sorry,
give you.
we got like 20 minutes. So.
Let me give you Churro's
Actually, we don't.
backstory. All right. let me give it to you. All right. This lady from the streets. All right. We found her in a casino parking lot. All right. It's a day after I was let go from my job in Bismarck, and then proceeded to get a job a week later. All right. There we go. Thank you.
Cosign, Rachel.
Yeah. Look at these paws. Look at them. Just want to fucking just rah. So, anyways, found her on the street.
Here you go, Ariel.
Joe wins a lot of money at the casino at a slot machine. Don't play slots. They're terrible. But he won a lot of money. Walk out. Maggie, my fiance, sees dog. I said, no. Get in the car. I already knew it was about to happen. I see dog. Dog walks up to me. I open car door. Dog gets in car. Okay? If you haven't figured out, dog is
dog
Churro.
now owned by Joe and Maggie.
Dog is Churro. Okay? Look at these fucking ears. Between Churro and Radar. Look at these fucking ears. Look at them. They're so big. They just cover her eyes. Look at it. Hello. They touch over the top of her head. I can't do it while I'm holding her. Anyways, she's a fucking street hound who I'm pretty sure acted like a prairie dog and was one with the horses on the reservation. And fun fact, she might be a tad racist because she does not like people of darker skin tones. She will growl at them, and I believe that is because I swear on my life, I believe that is because she was beaten and she was abused by people of darker skin color because she was on a Native American reservation, and the Native American Indians up in North Dakota have darker skin tones. So I believe that's why she doesn't like people of darker skin tones. If she was beaten, she has stuff on her. She has stuff on her face, and she has a nice little. Here, show everyone your bum. Look at
your bum.
Look at she has a little wound. Yeah, she has 9 nipples, and she has an odd amount of nipples. How does that make sense? But anyways, I'm telling you, she was abused by someone of a darker skin tone, so she doesn't like those people. She says they're not for me. Huh.
You know, it's understandable.
Yeah.
This is legit the first time in my life I've ever counted a dog's nipples.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how to feel.
Erica, listen, Mike, 100%. I was confused. I was like, oh my God, she has a lot of nipples. And I counted 9. I was like, that doesn't make sense. And Erica, yeah, we didn't know she was racist, obviously, when we got her. Okay. All right.
She's not. Okay, hold on. Stop. She's not racist. She's traumatized.
Yeah, she's traumatized 100%, but it's way funnier to say she's racist. It's way funnier. Are you kidding me? Look at this thing. Look at this. Look at this fucking neck rolls. Look at this. Look at this fucking dog. Yeah, a racist. Look at, she's Churro because she looks like a churro.
I think we all figured that out, Joe.
Yeah. All right. See ya, dog.
We haven't seen Luna in a hot minute. We need Luna too.
Luna's right here. She's over there.
She doesn't like
She's
it.
chilling. Yeah, she's
chilling.
black.
I think it's time for Mike's grievances.
Maggie and Luna make an appearance today.
Yeah, now Mike can talk. All right.
Yay.
All right, Mike.
Story time
What
about
are
my
your
racist dog is
grievances?
over. Mike, do you have a racist dog?
I do
He's not allowed to have pets. That's his grievance.
Okay.
His wife
Right.
won't let him.
My wife is racist against dogs.
That's fair.
I don't know if
That's
that's
fair.
a thing or not, but why not?
She's
She just doesn't like them. Grievance I got. It's against Sleeper, of all things. I love the platform,
Ooh.
right? But I'm on a mission now. If anybody follows my Twitter, if not, just don't follow me. Just go support the cause, because I'm going to tag these assholes every single day until they give us college fantasy football
Okay.
on the Sleeper platform. Like, what are we doing? I don't need fucking Christmas trees and snowflakes flying when I open my league. I need to put every college fantasy football player possible on my team, except for guys from Iowa, unless they play tight end. I'll put them on my team. But not running backs, quarterbacks, wide receivers, offensive linemen. If we can figure out a way to score points for them, that'd be cool. I could put them on there. But, yeah, that's a big grievance. Sleeper, what are we doing? We got to rely on Fantrax. No offense to Fantrax, but get your shit together.
Sucks.
Yeah,
Every
get your shit together.
Fantrax.
Yeah.
Every offense.
The sleeper's been great, right? Lap in the field with MFL. I know the customization on MFL for like Devi leagues and stuff is pretty cool, but they take a cut every single year of every single league, and their website still looks like it was built in 1992.
Yep.
So what the fuck are we doing there?
I think you're being generous by saying 1992.
Yeah, that's true.
I was going like 84.
Yeah.
Was the internet even a thing in 92?
It was like those middle school web design classes. That's somebody made MFL way back then.
The
and
origins of Microsoft Paint.
Ooh. Yeah, it does kind of feel like we could play Minesweeper on MFL while, doing your fantasy lineups.
Pinball. I was always more of a pinball fan over Minesweeper.
Or just put in that DOS prompt. Josh, you're old enough to remember that one, right? Right? Maybe we can load up Oregon Trail. But like the bad
Oregon
one.
Trail.
Like the 8-bit.
You've died of dysentery?
Yes.
Yeah. You've died using MFL.
So I got that for a grievance, and then I got a grievance against all these damn quarterbacks this year. It was absolutely horrible.
Facts.
Probably one of the worst fantasy scoring seasons top to bottom for quarterbacks. So super flex leagues. Talked all that shit in the offseason. You got to get good quarterbacks. You want 2 of the top 8 guys. You don't want any of these fucking guys. They're all terrible. Which also led me to just copious amounts of hate from my Brock Purdy takes, where people are like, Brock Purdy, yeah, look at him, he's QB4. In a season where every quarterback sucks or is injured, who gives a shit? He's mid.
So it's funny. So I'll read off the top 10 quarterbacks. This is bad. I'll read you ADP before the season. Mahomes was 1, obviously. Hurts 2, Allen 3. Spoiler: Josh Allen's the QB1. Lamar 4, valid. Joey Burr injured 5. Justin Herbert injured 6. Justin Fields 7, hurt for some of the season and just bad in the first half. T-Law 8, bad start to the season. Deshaun Watson 9, really? Didn't know that. Hurt. Dak Prescott 10. Here are your finishes. Josh Allen 1. Jalen Hurts was 2. That's disgusting.
Tush push. Tush push.
The tush push, baby.
Touchdowns will do it.
15 rushing touchdowns. That's insane. Josh Allen had 15 rushing touchdowns as well, which does not feel like that happened. Also, no other quarterback is even close to double digits compared to those 2. Lamar Jackson was 3. Makes sense. Dak Prescott 4. Yikes. Jordan Love 5. Brock Purdy 6. Patrick Mahomes 7. Jared Goff 8. Baker Mayfield 9.
Who had that one?
Tua Tagovailoa 10. And let's just round out 11 and 12. Sam Howell 11. Russell Wilson 12.
Okay, bye, Josh.
That's bad.
It's horrible.
It was so bad. Because, there were points where I picked up Jordan Love after like week 2 or week 3. And like, I was happy to have him on my team because I drafted Trevor Lawrence.
Right. And that's just the finish, man. If you look at the actual points per game, it's down almost universally across the board.
Oh,
and
it's insane.
I thought 22 was bad. We had a lot of quarterback injuries in 22. Somehow it got fucking worse in 23. Well, now, is it a trend or is it something that's going to correct itself next year? Right.
There were 5 guys over 20 points per game in fantasy at the quarterback position. That's few. Incredibly low. And then if you go to fantasy points per game, you're looking at Kirk Cousins was at 19.4. As bad as Fields was, he was 19.2. Kyler Murray, 19.1. Those guys are top 10 in fantasy points per game at the quarterback position.
Wow.
That's gross. Like, if I told you Justin Fields was top 10 in points per game at the quarterback position, you'd laugh at me.
Yes.
He was in the top 10.
Yes.
That's disgusting. That's so bad. Yeah, it was if there was, across the board, it felt like a bad year in general. But if there's one position to point to, yeah, quarterbacks were horrific this season.
Disgusting.
Okay. All right. Mike, thanks for joining us. Thanks for putting up with our shenanigans.
Love it. Thank you for having me on.
Appreciate it, brother.
Go follow at Iowa Michael. Go follow at South Harmon FF. Go wave. Go to an Iowa game. Wave at the kids. They love it. But Mike, I need to know: Michigan or Washington?
I don't give a shit.
Wrong answer.
The most honest answer today. I love it.
Well, I really don't. Like, I'm a Michael Penix fan from a draft prospects.
Boom.
Roma Dunze. You know, I love their wide receivers, but it's a fucking Pac-12,
Washington.
man. Like, it's a Pac-12 team.
I know,
I don't give a shit.
but it's the last season of the Pac-12.
Listen, I'm Iowa through and through, right? I don't root for other fucking teams. Okay. Well, people ask me, like, would you root for Iowa State? You know, because you live in Iowa? Fuck no. I hope they lose by 1 billion. I don't care.
I figured you just want to see Michigan lose.
Well, that too. They're unlikable as shit, right?
Yeah.
They're disgusting.
Mike's not rooting for anybody. He just wants Michigan to lose.
Listen, I do question any team, right? Because the whole scandal with stealing signs and all that stuff and taping and all that went on this year. They were stealing Iowa's offensive signals. Like, how fucking dumb are you? You do better if you didn't even know. Does it matter? What do you need to steal? We're going to run left on first down. We're going to run right on second down. And on third down, probably be 3rd and 6. So we're going to throw a 3-yard out or a bubble screen. And then we're going to punt. What do you need to steal signs for that?
Mike, they need to know that shit,
okay.
Right?
I could have told. Call me up. I'll tell them next time.
They need to know that. I also love that somebody said, of course, the national championship is in Houston, the home of cheating.
The home of cheating.
Yeah,
we get some trash cans. Let's go.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. So people, I guarantee you there's going to be Washington fans bringing
100% with trash can lids.
Oh,
100%.
I just want to watch the game and actually dive into more prospects, right? I know all about Washington. I still haven't seen it with J.J. McCarthy from a draft cycle standpoint, why he's rated so high, so maybe we'll get to see it this week.
What do you mean he's the greatest Michigan quarterback of all time?
Yeah. There's a guy
says
named Tom
Jim
Brady.
Harbaugh. No. Jim Harbaugh says J.J. McCarthy's the greatest Michigan
Jim
quarterback.
Harbaugh wears
Mike,
khakis.
thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Mike.
Enjoy your weekend.
Will do.
Enjoy the Bam Bam. Can we talk about how he just said Jim Harbaugh wears khakis and that was the best insult ever?
Yep.
The greatest insult ever.
No. So Mike just said something to me that's very relatable. He just made a comment about somebody being unlikable as shit. Speaking of unlikable as shit.
I was about to say, you just had to bring him in? Wow.
Wow. What an intro. Wow.
What a way to come into this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's my first grievance right there. It's just that
No, Austin, like my one and only grievance this season is Austin.
Tell the people why, Faith. Go ahead.
Because you're an a-hole and robbed me.
You know what? Just call
my
it
first ever fantasy win.
Just call it retribution for that horrific trade that I made with you to acquire Trey Lance.
That was in a different league. First of all, that was a great trade for me. Thank you.
It was. I am embarrassed to admit it.
Trey Lance?
A long time ago.
Were you in the hospital?
Me, who does not enjoy trading. Like it
Did
was
somebody steal your phone?
Oh no, he wanted Trey Lance.
I wanted Trey Lance.
Were you under the influence of the Bam Bam?
I was under the influence of Brock Purdy is, got to get Tommy John surgery and isn't going to be back for
is a doggy
another
dog.
year.
Well,
let's see.
That's
but my actual grievance is that we're like an hour and 20 minutes into the show, and y'all have barely talked about one of the cover boys of this episode.
Thank you. Thank you.
How have we not talked about Austin Eckler?
Right?
Yeah.
He
big
was
grievance. Big
grievance. Top 5 pick, barely finishes top 25. He had only 5 finishes in the top 10 on a weekly basis. What really killed me is I started comparing him to other players this year. He ranked 30th out of 37 qualifying running backs in yards per carry. His efficiency just tanked this year. He had a 60% decline in receptions. That's bonkers. He went from 100 receptions last year to 40 this year. And then, touchdown regression finally hit. We should have known it was coming. Like 2 back-to-back seasons of 20 touchdowns just doesn't seem sustainable. But we were all like, it's Austin Eckler. It's happening. And it killed my Dynasty League where I was trying to go back-to-back with Austin Eckler. Didn't happen.
Well, here's the thing. I wasn't drafting Eckler. I was drafting guys like Jerome Ford, Jalen Warren, and Brian Robinson Jr. So I don't know what you were doing in your draft strategy, but those guys were my 5th overall picks. All right. I had Jerome Ford inside my top 5. I don't know what you were doing. All right. RB15 Jerome Ford.
Joe, you're supposed to be promoting our show and making people.
Yeah. No, I did. Well, I did. Listen, I'm sitting here and I'm telling you, I drafted Kieran Williams with my 1st round pick. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh,
yeah. And then I followed it up with.
Joe's a genius if we haven't figured this out yet.
I followed up with Raheem Mostert in the 2nd round. Duh.
You drafted Kieran Williams over Cam Akers?
No, it's insane. I had such foresight ahead of it. And then what's crazy? I drafted Puka in the 3rd round, which was insane. So I had 3 top 5 guys at their positions in the first 3 rounds. Who would have thought?
That is actually another grievance I have is with all 31 NFL teams not named the Los Angeles Rams who just let Puka Nacua slide in the NFL draft. I come to rely on these teams to have some intelligence given that they're all multi-billion-dollar corporations. And one of the biggest predictors of fantasy performance is draft capital. But here comes Puka Nacua. Apparently, he just fooled 31 other NFL teams.
So he was a 4th round pick, right? Right?
Day 3 guy.
If you're a receiver drafted 4th round or higher, I think you're fine. Because Keenan Allen was a 3rd round. He was a 3rd round pick. There's plenty of guys that are not 1st or high 2nd round picks.
Yeah, but as a rookie?
Oh, I agree. No, he set the world on fire as a rookie.
He's the best rookie receiver in this class.
Arguably the best rookie receiver of all time. I think he set the record. Yeah.
I think he has a chance to set the receiving record this week.
I thought he said it last week. You could be right. It was like 57 or something. But
apparently everybody hates Austin.
Yeah.
They all hate me because I win. That's what it is. I win.
They hate us because they ain't us. Kim Jong-un in the movie. Why am I blanking on the movie?
The Interview.
Thank you. The Interview. Such a good movie. Yeah, that's fantastic. 28-3. Nice. Love that. Yeah. Throw that one up. Women of fantasy football.
You know what? While we have the Atlanta Falcons come up, this was one of my grievances too.
They're one of your grievances every year.
That's fair. But I got more specific this year. My grievance is particularly with Terry Fontenot and Arthur Blank.
Everybody hates Arthur Blank.
Not firing Arthur Smith.
Take us back to March 7th.
Okay.
Ravens place the non-exclusive franchise tag on Lamar Jackson. And my brain goes, let the bidding begin. This should be fun. At 3:12 p.m., I tweet out, your move, Atlanta Falcons. Let's go. Let's do this. At 3:16 p.m.,
Austin has receipts.
Diana Rossini tweets out, the Atlanta Falcons will not be pursuing quarterback Lamar Jackson. What the hell?
They saw your tweet.
So,
didn't want any part of that.
So this is interesting, because if they say they did, and I think most people probably think that Baltimore's probably matching offers, is what it sounds like after the fact. Like everyone's saying Baltimore's going to match offers, but if they didn't, you wouldn't have had rookie sensation RB12 on the season, Bijan Robinson. You would have just been stuck with Tyler Algier, who had like 70% of the red zone carries. So like, why would you even, you're telling me you don't want Bijan Robinson, the greatest running back talent in recent history, potential to come out since Saquon Barkley, to do nothing on your team? What do you mean?
Right. And could you imagine Kyle Pitts' usage this year if he was treated like a Mark Andrews? We finally would have been right.
He wouldn't have any usage because he would be injured.
Well,
no. He'd have usage as a blocker behind Jonnu Smith, who's the true tight end 1 on the team. Okay, he's the true tight end 1. I'll say I'll agree with Austin on the fact, because I thought Atlanta was a runaway in that division. I thought they were a run, and I say runaway like 9-8 was going to win the division, which it is. But I thought they were going to be at least I thought they're going to be a 10-7 team. I was like 10-7 wins that division by 2 games. It's not even close. The defense did what I thought the defense was going to do. And I was like, okay, they're going to run through Bijan. They're going to get Drake London involved. Like, Desmond Ridder isn't going to be the worst thing on planet Earth. Wrong. On literally every account of the offense. Not even Bijan popped. Drake London is a fucking dog. Kyle Pitts is shit, but that's fine. But they had a good offensive line. They did all these things. Arthur Smith just didn't coach the offense properly. The defense did what I expected the defense to do. They have the best defense in that division. I was like, that's why they'll win. Nope.
Bijan Robinson had 43% of Atlanta's running back carries this year. 43%.
When did you, what draft pick was he? Question.
What
just
is
what
that,
draft?
Eighth?
Oh, that's weird.
Is that right?
So, yeah, that's crazy.
All right. Joe, just for what it's worth, that awful Trey Lance trade that Austin was talking about earlier.
Love it.
I got George Kittle a 23-second and a 24-second for Trey Lance.
Again, Austin, were you under the influence?
Well, let's just say that this team, I now have the 101, the 105, and the 109 in this draft. So it was a full rebuild.
Listen, that's light work. I have 6 first-round picks this year. All right, step it the fuck up.
I'm jealous.
Yeah,
I love that.
Also 0-14 this past year, and pretty much in week 5, I just gave up. I said, all right, we're done.
Hold on.
This is over.
Why do you hate me?
I don't hate you.
Not you, Austin.
I did not do that. That was Joshua.
Oh no, I did that.
Or Joe.
I did that when you guys go back and forth. No, I did that when you guys go back and forth.
Yeah, I did not incorporate that in my lineup. It was just
Joseph.
No, that's 100% me. Yeah, hold on. Here,
Joe.
I'll fix it.
All right.
But speaking of Joe,
Austin.
are you going to kick me out, or can I get my other grievances in?
Hurry up.
Okay. First off, I have a grievance against Joe Douglas because
say me.
I thought I was going to say Joe Zollo.
Continue.
I was going to say right now, so do I.
Garrett Wilson was supposed to be a top 10 receiver this year. And somehow he finished as the wide receiver 2, but it didn't even feel that way. He was wide receiver 3. Joe Douglas, you saw Aaron Rodgers go down on the 4th play of the year, and you left Garrett Wilson with Zach Wilson throwing him the football.
Dog.
That's 1 for Joe Douglas. 2, you signed Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb, and Dalvin Cook when you had the 30th worst pass blocking defense per PFF in 2022. I'm blaming Aaron Rodgers' injury on you for that, which also ripped us of having the Garrett Wilson breakout season we were all hoping for. Lastly, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterbacks and Matt Canada. What happened to Deontay Johnson this year? This was supposed to be the regression bounce back we've all been
Great
waiting
question,
for.
Josh. What happened to him? Oh, you know what's funny? Did you guys see that mic'd up moment between Tomlin and George Pickens, where Tomlin says, "It's coming to you, big dog. You're the best option we got." Yikes! Yikes! It's almost like George Pickens is better.
Hey, wait, where did George Pickens go to college?
Woof. Wide receiver 22 in the year, George Pickens. Joe Sleeper before the year, George Pickens. Yeah,
Go
dog.
Dogs. All right, Austin. Tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on X and Instagram at
Don't say
Austin_FFL.
Kick him out. Don't say X.
Right.
All right. He lost
Bye.
privileges. No, I'm kidding. No, put him back. Let him finish. Let
He's
him finish.
millennial.
I was gonna say, first off, I also have admin privileges, Joe, so I can just pop myself right back. I can pop you off the screen. Twitter. I'm me on Twitter. And you can find all of my content at clubfantasyffl.com.
Appreciate it, Justin.
Boom. See y'all.
X.
Bye-bye.
It still says twitter.com.
It does. All right. Our next guest is here. But before I have the beauty join us, I'm going to throw in the beast.
A goose
Are
in the field of chicken.
you going to
What
talk
up,
about
baby?
Howard Bender like that?
Shh, they don't know he's here. They don't know he's here.
And the beauty in reference is the one and only Ariel.
Ariel. Come on, Faith.
Sorry. I am so sorry.
Oh,
Ariel.
and she can't.
Thank you.
She's
Appreciate
muted.
it.
She couldn't even correct you.
Yes.
Yeah. That's on me. Sorry. Thank you.
So first of
I
all,
don't mean to.
did you get your fair share of churro earlier, Ariel? I did see your comment.
Yes. Of course. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I also have like a little she's from South Dakota, but she was a little stray, probably res dog from South Dakota. So like they're little sweeties.
Is she also a tad racist, or is that
It's hard to say. We live in Vermont. Everybody is white anyway.
no, yeah, that's fine. No, that's very true. Yeah, I was about to ask you how upside down New Hampshire is, but
Very well, because we are not New Hampshire.
603. Oh yeah, okay. All right, continue. All right. My grievance is Ariel in the state of fucking Vermont. All right.
Ariel.
I will be with everybody.
My grievance is how she says Ariel, okay?
Just imagine Sebastian at the beginning of Under the Sea.
Ariel.
Ariel, listen to me.
Ariel.
Thank you,
Okay,
Manuel.
great.
Sorry.
All right.
What is your before we get to your grievances, I need to know, what is your dog's name?
My dog is Stella. You can yell dramatically, Stella, which I haven't even seen the movie, but everybody makes the reference and I yell at
I
her,
haven't either.
so it's fine. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. She's
Other than
sleeping.
people mispronouncing your name, what are your grievances?
Yeah.
this past season?
Well, I mean, you know, Arthur Smith we can talk about, but we don't need to talk more. I'm gonna say like my categorical grievance for the year is gonna be injuries, because this was a rough year of injuries. And I do need to give a very special shout out here. Okay, we see this lovely signed J.K. Dobbins jersey behind me.
Oh, he's still in the NFL?
Yeah. Okay, but you can't shit talk him. Am I allowed to swear? Anyways.
Yes, you can.
Don't shit
cursing
talk
the
him,
entire
because you
show.
know where I got this lovely signed J.K. Dobbins jersey. It is from Club Fantasy, exactly.
Oh,
and
right.
it makes me very sad because it's the only piece of memorabilia I have, and him going down in the first week. And like every injury after that, I just had these sad flashbacks where I was like, no.
Would you say that his injury coincided with you framing that jersey?
No, I framed it after, which it was like a year overdue for framing. I will confess that. Better late than never. But yeah, that one is sad. All of the injuries in general. Kelly, you were talking about Kirk Cousins before. Like, I think I shed a tear. I'm not even a Vikings fan, and that happened, and I still was just like, but there's something about it. It's just so sad. Yeah. All of those injuries, many hit hard, but like some of those just hit harder, you know? Yeah.
I feel that as an owner of Joe Burrow and T. Higgins and Scott Fishbowl.
Yeah. Oof.
Felt that.
Just be better. I mean, that's the easy.
That's the motto of the show. Be better.
Theme of the show. Be better. Don't suck.
Fair,
Don't be the Carolina Panthers. That's that simple.
Don't draft the Carolina Panthers either. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's some good advice.
Unless you're Adam Thielen in the first 6 weeks.
I was gonna say,
Okay, fair.
Sell Thielen high is another great piece of advice.
Yeah, it's a great piece. I do remember there was a question that we got around the time when I think Reich was fired, or it was like week 6 or 7. It was rest of season, Adam Thielen or Puka Nacua. And we were split as a show on a Wednesday. We'll go back and forth. We said, if Frank Reich is the play caller, Adam Thielen, because at that point they had switched the play caller 1 week and Thielen had a down week. Well, like if Reich's the play caller, Adam Thielen we like. If not, ride Puka Nacua. So yeah, we were split as a show, which is hilarious now looking back.
I was gonna say, I guarantee I know what side I was on, and it certainly wasn't the Adam fucking Thielen side.
No, I would.
Ryan, we don't cuss on this show.
Yeah, right.
Shut your fucking mouth. Yeah, the only reason I was on the Thielen side is if Reich was calling plays. If he wasn't, I said do not, like, it's not even. So I said go with Puka because he's more of the sure bet. You don't know who's calling plays in Carolina.
I'm gonna say even with Reich calling plays, I feel like Puka is still the right call there.
Yeah.
Thielen was getting 15 targets a game.
At no situation was Thielen the right call.
Yeah.
Thielen was moving.
This is not to discredit Thielen. This is to give props to Puka Nacua more than anything. Yeah. But hindsight's 2020, right, Joe? You can
Adam
learn
Thielen had 1,000-yard season, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Yeah, Puka's had
Puka Nacua
1,400-yard season.
I say Puka Nacua might hit 1,500 this week.
Oh.
I was just happy that I took Thielen in like the 17th round, and he was good for me for 5 weeks.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I was happy about that.
You could have got Puka in the 18th round.
Yeah. Yeah. The 18th round was my dog, Dustin Hopkins. So not as good as Brandon Aubrey, though, obviously.
There you go.
Not as good.
The fantasy MVP, apparently.
Yeah. Ariel, anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a grievance to haters, because I feel like that was a big thing that came up this year. There were a lot of haters out there. There's like the people that get all fussy about what league are you playing in and blah blah blah. People that hate the tush push. People that hate Taylor Swift, like
Eras tour. Nice.
Just let people enjoy things. We don't need to be haters. Football is fun. We don't need to be the no fun league. I mean, you don't need to like everything, but that is a grievance. And then also I will confess to being my own grievance. Faith, I am like you and I am trade avoidant. And I have this one league and it's a dynasty league and it's gone on way too long. Like we are going on like 3 seasons where I'm like, okay, we're doing it this year. We're going full in on the rebuild. I've been saying this for 3 seasons. The team is only getting worse. It's fucking trash. And I don't mean that in like a good trash way. But like trade paralysis, and then you just get so in your head. And I also then in this made a really bad trade out of desperation because I had literally 0 quarterbacks in a super flex league. Like none. No quarterbacks to be found starting. Did
you trade George Kittle and 2 second-round picks for Trey Lance? Is that what you did? Or
no, there were other pieces involved, but it did involve a first-round pick, which was my first-round pick, which ended up being a high pick for Geno Smith.
Dog. Woof.
Yeah, it's bad. There were other stuff involved too. It was still a terrible trade. I am my grievance. I am stupid. I was desperate. Don't make a trade out of desperation. Learn from my mistakes.
Yeah. Embrace the suck.
Yeah.
If you had your own first round pick, not having quarterbacks is a great thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, and like as soon as it happened, I did it at like 7 a.m. too. I was half asleep. It was like everybody went out. As soon as it happened, I was like, this is fucking dumb.
Guys, stop being under the influence and trading. That's not smart.
I was only under the influence of sleep and lack of caffeine.
That's being under the influence. You were not in the right state of mind.
I know. It was bad. So that's my grievance on myself. It's fine. This year, if you're in that league with me, you know what league? Give me an offer. Tear down my team.
Yeah.
Maple syrup.
She'll literally accept anything at this
common Vermont export, Faith. That was the joke. She lives in Vermont. Maple syrup is a Vermont export. It is a very common thing.
Did I miss a maple syrup joke?
I said you were high on maple syrup.
Oh, all I heard was maple syrup.
Joe is explaining a joke that nobody in the room heard. Is my favorite part.
Okay, well, Faith was like maple syrup. I'm like,
all I heard was maple syrup. I didn't hear anything else. That's why I was confused.
Remind that our guest was talking.
High on something, maybe maple syrup, maybe not.
Fuck me, I guess.
Colombian Bam Bam.
Yeah, Colombian Bam Bam.
Might have been the Colombian Bam Bam at 7 a.m. It's fine. It's fine. We live, we learn, we make dumb trades.
Shit happens.
Do indeed. Shit does happen.
Yeah.
Season rolls, you get a whole new year of draft picks to trade away. Trust
exactly.
Except not my own draft picks.
Unless you've already traded them away.
Yeah.
Like Ryan.
Or Zach.
That's why I look forward to every time a league rolls. I get a whole nother year of draft picks that I get to ship out and see what I can get for them.
Also, shout out Ryan for wearing the Lark shirt right now.
Oh, yeah.
That I sent him.
Oh,
Just
we did
noticed
get a
the
Lark
bird head.
shirt.
Yeah,
Joe did not send me this. I paid for this shit.
Yeah, but
he probably shipped it.
I shipped it. Yeah.
See, I was on the fence about getting a Missouri River Motorboaters shirt.
You should have. I would have
know.
given it to you top priority, but I don't work there anymore, so that sucks.
Now you work for a hockey team, which is way cooler. Go
Fuel, baby.
Yeah.
LFG Fuel.
Their social media is on point these days. Anyway, Ariel, before we let you go and enjoy the rest of your Saturday, do you have any final words of wisdom?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Perfect.
You don't
Get her
have
out of
to.
here.
Yeah, you don't have to. Thank you.
I don't know if I feel like particularly wise this morning. I don't know. Let's just all have fun and yeah, have a good year of fantasy football. And if you're in that league, like, please do help me out of my trade paralysis. Send me some bad trades, because honestly, any movement at this stage is maybe better than none.
There you go.
My team. It's fine.
There you go. Tell the people where they can find you on Twitter.
You can find me on Twitter at Trash Sandwiches. I do lots of stuff with In Between Media. A lot of that stuff is behind the scenes, but you can find In Between Media at IBT_media. And yeah, thanks for having me on. It's always fun hanging out. And yeah, y'all are a great crew.
Four times the charm, right, Ariel?
Yes. Oh my God. We made it. It is schedules, things. But yeah.
Thank you, Ariel.
And yeah.
Thank you, Ariel. Have a great weekend.
Thank you too.
Yeah.
All right. And for our final guest,
the Grand Poobah.
The Grand Poobah, who is wearing a very interesting outfit. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the one, the only, Howard Bender.
Bender!
What in the hell is happening right now?
What's going on? Well, you know what? Listen, this is an airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people.
And you're going to hear about them?
So much so that I went and I killed Fozzie Bear and turned that little son of a bitch into a hack. Waka, waka, waka.
Nice. What's on the sweatshirt?
It's a basketball.
Oh, it's cut off.
Aren't you all a bunch of Knicks fans? Aren't we here to talk hoops right now? Come on.
No, go Celtics.
Wow.
Scampers, I agree. That is the stagiest of advice ever.
I already heard cursing going on.
Cesar wants to know, is that Fred Durst?
Nice.
Should I start doing some of those like weird dances that he did?
Please.
No.
Says hi. Wendy's very excited to see you. All of the exclamation points.
The theme of the show, exclamation points.
Bender.
Yeah.
But it's been a hot minute since we got some exclamation points.
Yeah.
I'll hop on the chat.
It's been a hot minute since I've been here. I think the last time I was here, Ryan actually was clean shaven.
Probably.
That was the Jets preview show.
That would be our Jets preview show. So.
Speaking of, that reminds me, Ryan, wasn't the whole deal like to see if you could deal with it for a year? Or you decided to keep it?
Pay
the Super Bowl.
Fuck attention.
I don't pay attention to you. You should know this.
No, I was clean shaven for our Super Bowl betting show, and that was the last time. And then I was like, I'm not shaving again until the next one. And that's where we stand at this point.
What's that beard?
That's trophy husband status right there.
What's that beard smell like?
Oh, whatever Old Spice beard shampoo smells like.
Probably smells like Fozzie Bear's tush, which I'm wearing on my head right now.
Yeah. Just sniff the inside of your hat. That smells just like Ryan.
Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
Old Spice swagger. Thank you.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Well, it only took us an hour and 45 minutes to go completely off the rails. I'm really proud of us.
Let me get a smell.
We were off the rails long before that.
My God.
What the fuck is that? What are you doing? Let me do that with my beard too. Hold on.
Yeah, I said I can literally cover my whole face up.
Yeah.
That's how it says that Ryan skipped the show when he was on
purpose. 100%.
Yeah. All right. I got to know the New York Jets fans' grievances, because if it's not his entire franchise that he roots for, it's got to be
Aaron Rodgers.
All right. I mean, yeah, we'll just bang them out here nice and quickly. Like, grievance number one, obviously it's for the Jets for buying into the Aaron Rodgers experience, for hiring Nathaniel Hackett, for being tethered to Nathaniel Hackett as Rodgers strung them along the entire season. Be like, oh, no, I'll be back. Bull crap, you're going to be back. We know that Rodgers strung everybody along because the Jets wanted to fire Nathaniel Hackett because he's a piece of crap as far as an offensive coordinator goes, but they didn't want to upset the apple cart. They didn't want to upset Aaron Rodgers, who they are sadly tethered to next year as well. So first grievance right off the bat there is for not only for the Jets for doing it all, but how about for every stupid ass Jets fan who bought into this hype? I warned it against it, right? From day one. Then all of a sudden somebody like threw me down and they stuck a funnel in my mouth and they poured the Jets Kool-Aid in during Hard Knocks. And I was like, yeah. But meanwhile, I did say, and it's on record that I did say it, that I wasn't this excited about going into a Jets season since 1999 when the Jets had gone to the AFC Championship in 98. And then everybody was all hyped up about them. And then what happened? Vinny Testaverde blew his Achilles out in the first home game for the Jets that next season. And yeah, so history repeating itself over and over again. Jets grievance number one. Grievance number two is Arthur Smith. What a piece of crap. Ruin it.
Howard.
What's that?
He's the sponsor of the show.
He is the sponsor of the show, right? Yeah. What a douche. Unbelievable. Gonna be the smartest man in the room, and and then come out and like rag on fantasy people. We pay your stupid salary, you son of a bitch. You little right. And my personal feeling is we should all be boycotting FedEx, right? Isn't that where Daddy owns FedEx? So bye. Get rid of them. I'm cursing out the Bengals for mishandling Joe Burrow's injury right from day one. As soon as he hurt his calf, you should have put that son of a bitch into a walking boot and not let him play for anything for like 2 or 3 weeks. Big deal. You miss a couple of games early on in the season. I don't care that they were divisional games. You could have been amazing the entire rest of the way, but you refused to get him healthy, and that turned out to be an absolute disaster. So the Jets, Arthur Smith, the Bengals, I got a lot of problems.
I love your Bengals take. Buddy of mine, huge Bengals fan, follows all the media over there in Ohio. And apparently Jamar Chase came out recently and said that he would not play unless he was 100% healthy. And he doesn't believe any NFL player should play unless they are 100% healthy. And you can't convince me that's not kind of like a shot back. Like, we should have handled Burrow way better because now I'm playing with Jake fucking Browning. So like, to me, it's such an interesting thing that like, your star wide receiver is like, do not get this quarterback hurt, basically. So.
But if they didn't mishandle Burrow's injury, we wouldn't have seen Jake Browning be a better fantasy football quarterback finish.
We would have saw it in the first 4 to 6 weeks instead of the weird middle of the
reach in and slap Joe just for saying.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Bam.
I'll call Maggie.
It's only fitting. It's the first show you guys have been on together.
Yeah. I'm the Patriots fan. You're the Jets fan. And Zach Wilson had 10 points per game as a quarterback, which Howard is 0.2 less than Mac Jones. So when you think about it,
I think what cracks me up the most is that, you guys are probably going to get rid of Belichick. This is going to be his last game
side by side
as the Patriots head coach, right? So I can just kind of like hit him.
Yeah.
Wait, this way.
But I mean, listen, Belichick has made his entire career. Here you go, Joe. Joe, you want a little
here we go. Yeah, here we go. Yeah.
Little patty cake.
I'm here.
And Joe's not participating. There you go.
I know, right?
It's off to the
Come
side.
on, Joe.
So at this point, Ryan or Howard's just smacking him.
All I know is that Howard.
Which I should, because that's exactly what Belichick's going to do to the Jets here in Week 18. Because this dude has made an entire career out of sticking it to the Jets. From the day that he took that like cocktail napkin and he said, "I don't want to be your HC," wiped his mouth with it and threw it at Woody Johnson. Like that's like once that happened, and then he sat there the entire career just shitting on the Jets nonstop. It's not going to stop this weekend here as Belichick turns around and says, "Up yours, Patriots. I'm going to win this last game. Screw your draft pick and screw you guys. I'm going home."
I mean, very, very, very fair. I think if he wins tomorrow, it's 15 straight wins against the Jets for him, which is just
a tough call.
It's insane. It's how are you talking about it? You knew that like Belichick was just beating the Jets when Marcus Jones returns a punt 87 yards last year with no time left on the clock. You're just like, that's the epitome of the Jets the last 7 seasons against the Patriots. Like that's just exactly what it is. So yeah, I love it. The more we can bring on Jets fans, I think we should do that more.
Well, I look at it this way though, Howard. Fruit. if the Jets lose, you're actually doing yourselves a favor and keeping a good quarterback away from one of your opponents.
Doesn't matter.
Where's I got to look up the NFL draft order right now. Aren't they locked into 3?
No,
we
the
are.
Patriots are not locked into 3 yet. Right now, the Bears are locked in at number 1.
Yep.
Washington is at number 2. And then that third pick, it's going to come down to the Patriots, the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, but the Patriots still could get the second pick, is what I'm saying. Like if they were to lose.
So here's
they're playing the Jets. Come on.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
That's why I say if the Jets lose, they're making sure that the Patriots don't get a top 3 quarterback.
So if the Patriots lose and Washington beats the Cowboys, the Patriots have the 2 pick. So, but listen, I don't.
He's so cute. He's so adorable when he says that.
Howard, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen at all.
Washington's gonna lose to the Cowboys. Washington, who's benching all of their starters, so except for Sam Howell, because they don't care about this game.
What do you mean? They beat the Cowboys last year. Who knows? Cowboys are the Cowboys. No, they're not. They're solidified at the 2 seed. But then if the Giants, Chargers, and Titans all lose, then and if Arizona wins, it's a 5-way tie for the 3rd worst record in the league. So then it goes to strength of schedule, which would put the Patriots. I don't think they can go any lower than 4.
Point of order. Point of order.
Yes, Mr. Bender.
I love this, like this hope, this faith, this wishing of a Patriots fan. So I would like to share with you some words of wisdom, Joe, that my great-grandfather used to endow with me on a regular basis. Kid, you can shit in one hand and wish in the other. See which one fills up first.
All right. So here's the thing. I've already come to terms that we're drafting Joe Alt out of Notre Dame. So I already know that it doesn't matter who we're getting. All I know is it's Joe Alt out of Notre Dame because, why draft a quarterback? Although I do think Michael Penix falls a little later. So I think if Belichick's still here, his ass will just trade out of a top 5 pick to like 9 and draft Penix. But what do I know?
I feel like he never only moves down that small amount. He'll trade all the way down to 29.
No, he traded from 22 to 23 to 29 the other year, which was 6 picks. So
how many 3rd and 4th rounders can I get if I trade out of the top 5?
Exactly.
Right now?
When you think about it, how many Joe
talk about galaxy braining your way out of a job. There you go.
To be honest, his 3rd round picks have been fired. Joe Thuney and Shaq Mason were some pretty good offensive lineman picks. Now, none of them are quarterbacks, which sucks. And his 1st round picks have been dog shit. So yeah, my grievance is Belichick. There you go, Howard. My grievance is Belichick and his.
My grievance is also Bill Belichick.
Just GM Belichick. Just GM Belichick.
Yep.
Yeah, GM Belichick. I still think Belichick can coach. He just can't put together a fucking roster. And he won't give up the roster. He won't give up GM like capabilities. So he will just he has to go.
Nope.
So. And it's come out that Bill O'Brien was bringing in his own offensive, like positional coaches to coach these guys because he didn't like Troy Brown and the other guys. So, which I mean, fair.
I thought it came out that he wasn't allowing Bill O'Brien to bring people in.
Belichick wasn't allowing Bill O'Brien to bring in his own staff, but Bill O'Brien was bringing in coaches behind Belichick's back to these meetings. Oh yeah. He wouldn't allow Bill O'Brien to hire those guys.
Oh, okay.
So Billy O was bringing in those guys because obviously Bill O'Brien, the greatest fucking offensive mastermind of this generation.
Well, let's not forget that article started with Belichick wanted to keep Matt Patricia. So I don't know that we should be throwing around any large IQ accusations.
You know what? Throwing another grievance out here that this whole appearance has turned into like Patriots propaganda.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Shut up, Joe.
Let our guests have their moment.
Matt Patricia had a better offense.
I'll lean into the Jets grievances. My grievances with MetLife Stadium turf because
it's been bad forever.
Fucking field, because regardless of what you say about Aaron Rodgers, that injury robbed us of a great Garrett Wilson season, and I need a fucking refund. How this guy still managed to get 1,000 yards this year with Zach fucking Wilson throwing him the football? God level production, and I cannot wait for year 3. Please, for the love of God, give us a halfway decent Aaron Rodgers, because Garrett Wilson to the fucking moon.
Yeah, I like that.
I heard Deshaun Jackson really likes the turf at MetLife Stadium, though. He's fine with it. D-Jax.
You know what else I got a problem with? I got a problem with people who come back to me at the end of the season and they say things like, I wish I had known that Austin Eckler was going to suck so much this year. To which then I get to then, like, you know, copy paste URLs to articles I wrote in like the Fantasy Alarm Draft Guide, or a free article about some of my favorite fades for 2023, and say, I fucking told you that he was going to suck this year. I like specifically made it a point to share that point of view with everybody, because I don't know if anybody, you know, if everybody looks at offensive schemes or offensive systems, but I was like, I tried to even like, you know, bring it to a point where Kellen Moore is coming from Dallas, and how many of you people sat there screaming and yelling that Tony Pollard wasn't, you know, active in the passing game enough in Dallas with Kellen Moore. So I outline it all for you guys. I tell you not to draft Austin Eckler, especially at his ADP, and then come like week 14, week 15. I don't know what to do with the playoffs. I don't know what to do with Austin Eckler. Why? He shouldn't have been on your stupid team in the first place.
Very fair.
People had Austin Eckler on their fantasy playoff rosters?
Maybe. I don't know.
Perhaps.
Consolation.
Ryan, since you are technically a guest for this last 10 minutes, what are your grievances?
So coming on last really jams you up, because my grievances have all been thrown out there. So fuck the Atlanta Falcons first and foremost. Everyone's bitching it from a Bijan Robinson standpoint. Us Drake London fans have some grievances as well with there being no quarterback there, because I think Drake London has the talent to be something in this league, but under Arthur Smith and with that quarterback there, I just don't know that we're ever going to see it, and that just truly breaks my heart. So hopefully we see a big change there, but that was certainly my first one. I was actually going to throw Joel Wirth under the bus for just making me buy so much into the Green Bay Packers, because while Jordan Love played well, it didn't really translate to any other position with all the injuries and everything they dealt with. And I certainly worked Christian Watson like all the way up into my top 20, but I forgot about his hamstring being bottom 10. So that just didn't work out real well. Howard kind of already leaned on one. I was not going to bitch about Austin Eckler. I was going to bitch about Kellen Moore and his inability to seemingly use people the right way. Because, you know, like Howard said, we were bitching about this with Tony Pollard in Dallas, that it didn't seem like they were using people the right way. And then he goes there and does it the same exact way. Maybe we need to back off how much we love Kellen Moore, though it did do wonders. I don't even say it did wonders for the Chargers passing volume. We saw more passing volume in Los Angeles than we saw in Dallas, but the Chargers already threw the ball more. So who the fuck knows? But Kellen Moore was a bad one for me. But then I can't remember who said it now. I was watching the whole show, but someone hit on what I think my biggest grievance is. And that is just the quarterback scoring in general this year for fantasy football. Yep. Big Patrick Mahomes guy here, seeing him as QB8 as mid as possible. I've been referring to him as Patrick Mid-Holmes for 2 months at this point. It has been so boring. And I know, like, KC haters like Joe, I think bad Patrick Mahomes is not great for the NFL in general. Like, it's heartbreaking when he's out there slinging 50 touchdowns and 5,000 yards it's a better product, and it is certainly better for my fantasy team. So quarterback scoring, namely Patrick Mahomes, those are my grievances for the 2023.
Well, regardless, Tony Romo and Chris Collinsworth are still going to stroke it to Patrick Mahomes no matter how bad he is. So it doesn't even matter.
I'll say this, though. Like, Mahomes' problem was that they never got him another number one wide receiver, right? Which is also the same problem that the Buffalo Bills had this year, right? With not getting a quality wide receiver opposite Stephon Diggs. Suck it, Gabe Davis truthers. The guy's garbage.
Awful.
So, like, those two issues there, but more importantly, 22 of the 32 teams this year all had to go to their backup QB, whether it was a benching or an injury or anything like that. So scoring across the board was down this year significantly. Yeah. For running backs, you have too many tandem running backs. For wide receivers, you had too many shitty quarterbacks out there, trying to throw the football at all. And then quarterback scoring, obviously a lot of missed time and a lot of miscues out there. So this whole season from a fantasy standpoint, I kind of blew.
It was so bad. You talk about scoring. Obviously, we talked about Garrett Wilson. Just what a down year, obviously, for pretty obvious reasons. Would you believe me if I said he scored more points than Calvin Ridley?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were the exact same. Garrett Wilson was still a wide receiver 2 this year. That's insane with how badly you looked at him being. And he was still startable in every league.
Garrett Wilson leads the NFL in targets.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So I saw the tweet, and I don't know who put this out there, but basically they were super pissed that Garrett Wilson is getting grace while everybody is shitting on George Pickens when they put up essentially the exact same numbers. But I'm like, okay, like George Pickens all you want, Garrett Wilson is a victim of his circumstance and is infinitely better, and we should not forget that.
Let's also add in George Pickens had 18 yards per reception and 2 more touchdowns than Garrett Wilson.
He got all of his fantasy production in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 25.6. I looked this up for me and Josh's last show. 25.6, I think it was, of all of his fantasy points were in the last 2 weeks.
Garrett Wilson's a more complete receiver. George Pickens is just a very good deep ball. Like, his sideline awareness, you could argue, is one of the best. So his ability to do that makes
excellent
him
best ball wide receiver, but like Gabe Davis, he cannot be on your redraft roster.
Agreed.
100%.
Yeah. He's better than Gabe Davis. Let's not rope George.
I'm not saying he's not, but
there,
from a fantasy standpoint, they're the same. You're just going to get better boom weeks out of George Pickens.
You're never confident starting him. Ever.
I feel like we're about 3 seconds away from getting Joe's full take on why Poop Douglas is going to be the best wide receiver in 2024.
No. God, no. I do not listen, I like Pop Douglas as a football player.
You're mispronouncing it, Joe. It's Poop.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Hold on. You're telling me the 6th round pick from Liberty is bad at football? Hold on. You're telling me Liberty University, the greatest G5 team of the 2023 season that just got ass pounded by the Oregon Ducks. You're telling me that guy's not good at football? The guy who fumbled on his first ever NFL play? Granted. I don't mind Pop Douglas, but he's not a world beater. To me, he is a guy that's going to get you 3, maybe 4 startable fantasy football games a year, but he's just a solid football player. He's going to get you
6th round pick. That's really all you need to know.
Yeah,
heck of a blocker downfield.
Well, he can't even block her. He's 5'7" and 2 pounds.
I just can't hear about Liberty wide receivers without pouring one out for Antonio Gandy Golden. I just thought he was so good.
You were so high on Antonio Gandy Golden.
I love these tall wide receivers. I just can't help it.
Howard, I don't know if you Ryan thought Antonio Gandy Golden was going to be Jerry Rice, essentially.
Hold on now.
No. You thought Gandy Golden was basically Larry Fitzgerald. That's where you were with him. No, you were you were insanely high on him.
I was. I like 6'4", 223 pounds.
We firmly established this year that Ryan is a heightist.
Exactly. I had visions of
Just
Mike
like Jenny
Evans
McCarthy
dancing
from
in
the
my
league.
head.
I'd like to know Joe's old takes on guys like Corey Davis or Jahan Dotson. Were you a truther for either one of those guys?
I hated Corey Davis. Josh knows this. I was not a Corey Davis fan, and I do not like Jahan Dotson. That is a fact. I know that. That is well.
I loved Corey Davis. He was one of my favorite
Corey Davis.
Well, then there's hope for you yet, Joe. There's hope for you yet.
I want to sign Corey Davis a jersey from Fantasy Cares.
And then he retired. Great job.
Yeah. Listen, that's cool.
I just won it like 2 weeks ago.
That and $250 will get you a good subway ride in New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a Titans jersey.
When it was so funny
Doesn't matter.
when he went to the Jets, Josh was excited. I'm like, for what? What are you?
Hell, so was Ryan. Ryan went through and acquired him in like every freaking dynasty.
Bought him in every dynasty
from me in one of them.
I'm like, guys, for what? He's not good. Like, he could be a decent 2, maybe could be a decent 2, but they got him as a wide receiver 1. He's not a 1. He's not good. Yeah. No.
Speaking of Ryan, I just need to bring up the fact I just noticed your tagline, Ryan.
A goose in a field of chickens.
In a field of chickens.
Yeah, go back and watch No Pun Intended from like 3 weeks ago.
It's Joe.
No.
Joe brings up a goose in a field of chickens like 5 minutes left in the show because he was on that Colombian Bam Bam. So, yeah.
I think Colombian Bam Bam is a solid way to end.
Hold on. Wait, because this is another great one. Brian Edwards, remember him?
One I did not buy into, thankfully.
I didn't buy into Brian Edwards either, but another one that he came out of South Carolina, I think is where he went to school. Everybody was
Debo.
Yes, everybody was all over Brian Edwards. Good pull, Scampers.
As exciting a player as Braylon Edwards once was.
Yeah.
I love Braylon Edwards.
I said Braylon Edwards had a
dog.
Maybe 2.
Yeah, he was a dog. All right.
All right, Howard, do you have any final parting words of wisdom?
Yeah, learn offensive systems and schemes, and then you won't make some silly mistakes like, Austin Eckler or trying to fit, like coaches don't, like that's the thing. Coaches, offensive coordinators, it sucks that they keep getting recycled through everything. They're all going to end up with jobs next year. Well, maybe not Arthur Smith, but they're all going to end up with jobs next year. Understand what their system is, and then take a look at the personnel on the field, and then see which ones excel and which ones don't. And I'll tell you
that's too much damn work.
Well, then just subscribe to the Fantasy Alarm NFL Draft Guide and read my articles on it.
And he does all the work for you, Faith.
Well done.
Yeah.
Look at how I teed you up, Howard.
I say that.
Look at that.
That was.
I want to grab Faith's face and kiss her. Oh yeah, I got one more grievance here that I just want to throw down there also. And it's not so much a grievance, but just an obvious point here with Club Fantasy and Fantasy Alarm's attachment to the women of fantasy football, right? Des Bryant. What the hell, dude?
Yes.
What the hell? Did you ever see somebody shoot themselves in the foot worse? Like this whole fantasy community embraced him so much at the Fantasy Football Expo this year. I interviewed him on Sirius XM. The dude hugged me, for crying out loud. We were like all set and squared away. And then he comes out with the dumbest take possible, tries to defend it, double downs on it.
When he's revoking his invitation.
Right? And now everybody is like gone. Like really? Like, I mean, did you ever see some idiot shoot himself in the foot that bad? And it couldn't have happened to a better player from the Cowboys, no less. So how about them Cowboys?
Oh, that's perfect.
Good one, Scampers. Yeah, don't worry, guys. I'll finally be at the Expo this year, so I'll just take Des Bryant's spot as best flag football player on the field. So,
Joe won't talk ball with certain women, though. Just understand that.
No. Listen. I'll be Des. I'll be white Des Bryant out there just for the day. Just for the day. No. I'm very excited. I will probably bring my camera and take some bomb ass pictures of the Women Fantasy Football panel because that is literally my full-time job. So we'll get some good shots of you guys, some new headshots, new profile pictures.
Hopefully we'll be able to get Joe in to take some pictures of the combine.
Yeah. And then, yeah. And then show
Speaking,
them our
okay,
skills.
I'm not going to give any details, but I just want you to know that Women of Fantasy Football is sending some effing-tastic women to Media Week at the Super Bowl. All I'm saying.
Nice.
All I'm saying.
I look forward to hearing all of them.
Yeah. Go team.
Go team.
They do. The people over at Trophy Smack are fabulous people.
Hello, Kelly.
I never laughed so much in my life the day I hung out there the day before the live draft in LA. They are hilarious people.
All right. Well, what a time. I'm hungry.
What a time to be alive for all of our guests who joined us today on our 2023 airing of the Grievances. Thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you being friends of the show. Sticking with us, of hanging out with us every Saturday for the last 18 weeks. I watched that side eye, Josh, waiting for you to see if I was going to get that right. I see you.
Yes, okay.
I believe in you.
Anyway.
Do I need to wear glasses now during the show so you don't see the eye movement and you kind of assume that it's an eye roll when it's not? Is that it?
I didn't assume. I know.
You need Fozzie Bear's ass and then
On your
80.
face. Exactly. To every guest that we have had over the last 18 weeks, to every like, to every subscription, to every view, to every person who hung out with us, good God Almighty, in the chat, in the comments. Thank you. Go follow Club Fantasy on the socials at Club Fantasy FFL on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. If you are a fantasy football degenerate and are still playing fantasy football in week 18 and you have start-sit questions, hit us up on social media. Any member of the team will happily answer that. Any one of our fabulous followers or part of the community will happily answer, because let's face it, you're not the only degenerate still playing. Go follow Women of Fantasy Football at women_FF. Go follow Fantasy Alarm. Go follow Howard at RotoBuzzGuy. Joe Zollo at Joe _Zollo. Go follow the Indie Fuel. Their social media at Indie Fuel.
Yeah, nailed it. Thank you.
Their social media, especially their Instagram, is on point. Never fail to laugh. Also, they recently played a game where both of their goalies got into a fight, and that's a video that everybody needs to see, because
Go get me to 1 million views, people. We're at 600,000 right now.
I'm like, how does that happen? And then I heard the story, and I'm like, that's amazing.
Pissing contest.
Go follow at the Fantasy 5 Ryan Weiss, home of the Stream Master General. He is your streaming guru throughout the season. Follow Josh at the One Hudsonian, who hates me because I'm telling you to follow him. He's useless though, so it doesn't really offer much. Just
facts.
And I don't offer much either, but sure, come hang out with me at FF_Leap of Faith. Have a great off season. If you are in a dynasty league, your off season starts now, which means you've got work to do.
Enjoy the real season.
Don't forget to send Ariel those trade offers.
Yeah.
And don't trade Trey Lance for George Kittle in 2 second-round picks.
Yeah. Trade him for trash.
Trade him for trash. Have a great summer, and we will see you back here in September.